Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to the PFNL's match of the round. East Point hosting North Ballarat, essentially second hosting fifth. Really looking forward to it. Much better conditions than the last time we were here at Eastern Oval. Of course, that 50-point win of East Point over Darley in what was pretty much a quagmire in the middle of the ground, and that's when we had some severe weather that really impacted the abilities of both sides to score. But on that occasion, the Kangas were too overwhelming for an undermanned Devils outfit. And similarly undermanned today, North Ballarat will be up against the might of East Point, who have essentially won 12 games in a row, unbeaten since round one, in fact. And we did see a couple of celebratory moments as Drew Murphy plays his 200th game this afternoon, and Joel Van Meel game 199, but celebrated it as number 200 because they're away to Sunbury next week. So might as well celebrate it in front of your own loyal and faithful as we welcome Sam Grigg to the commentary for this afternoon. Sam, welcome.
Afternoon, Todd.
And perfect conditions for football. No real breeze to speak of. It gives every indication you can score at both ends.
Yeah, that looks, you're absolutely right there, Todd. You can't see any real weather to impact today, it wouldn't look like. The ground's come up magnificently. It looks beautiful. So hopefully we see some crisp ball handling and good skills today.
The pink ball and the pink socks, of course, they're a tribute to the Breast Cancer Foundation, just raising awareness in a good initiative by the BFNL. So that explains the pink ball and the pink socks worn by both sides today, and quite a large group of women and daughters and mothers, etc., whatever the collective of the female fraternity is, they're all over in the social club celebrating and enjoying the day. No doubt most have been affected in some way or another by that crippling and, at times, chronic disease, Sam.
Yeah, that's right, Todd. You've got to say the pink Sharon looks magnificent. So the pink socks, everybody's here for a good day.
Well, there wasn't a cloud in the sky at 9 a.m, but now there's some cloud cover, but that's okay. There's no real rain on the horizon. East Point will kick to the left of screen in the opening term. Up they go in the 199 game of Van Meer won the tap, and only as far as Carey. Hurry kick towards half forward. Ball bounced on its point. Matty Johnson gathered wearing the number 6 today. Kick smothered off the boot of Liam Howard by Ned Nash, and the ball went over the line for a boundary throw-in. So, Joe Dodd might feature in Hendo voting come the post-season in the event of Dodd wearing his number 6 today. Throw in. Shallow one at that. McCullum back into the side today. Tap was okay. Got it towards McMillan, who found Palmer. He went inside 50. Ground ball opportunity here by Palmer. His kick knocked away there by Van Meel towards the Kangas defensive 50. There's plenty of pressure around the footy, as North Ballarat are duly noted for under McCartney, despite their undermanned nature this afternoon. There'll be a stoppage just outside 50 for North Ballarat. McCullum, give it a semi-tap. Johnson, quick hands to Rodamaronis, who gave it to Merritt, who's been important rebounder and ball user off half back. The kick was good. Found Molan. So he'll just go along the line towards outer centre wing. Taylor dropped what he probably should have taken. May have been touched to block his way through. McDougall did the sharking. Got the overlap to Robinson, who ran inside 50. Took a third bounce. He can take another if he likes as he waltzes into an open goal. And the Kangaroos are away here at Eastern Oval.
They sure are, Todd. 3 bounces there on the run. Had plenty of space to work into inside 50 and made no mistake. So it's a good start for East Point.
And Robinson, goal number 25 for the youngster, of course, the Ballarat Rebels product, just out of the Coates League system. Promising type. And, gee, we saw him in breakout games last year as East Point won their last 4 games, including 2 finals before they went down in the prelim. And Robinson was part of that meteoric rise from East Point, who've gone on to win 12 of their next 13 post that preliminary loss. As Taylor with the clearance, got it to Moeller, who's had a couple of important touches. He was clean. It went by hand to Rodamaronis. Here they go again, the Kangas and McDougall. The number 1 target inside 50. Marked that, played on though. Carey behind the footy. Nice little shimmy around Filmer and found the debutant in Maloney. So Glover out of the side today, back to Collingwood VFL duties. And he too a left footer. We'll go along the line with the pink Sharon this afternoon. Cut off mark taken there by Jacob Brown, who's been an integral contributor across half back. Right foot kick, McDougall had plenty of it, couldn't hang on to it. Robinson's shank was like one of my chips on a Sunday afternoon. Dribbling ball, sharked there by Jeffrey. Got it back to Jones. Wild hair pass, made look better than what it was there by Rodamaronis. His kick across the body was smothered there by Quinlan and went over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, good defence there from North Ballarat. Plenty of pressure on. Managed to clog the ball up, and we've got a ball in.
So we've got some people tuning in from California, the USA, this afternoon to this televised stream of this BFNL match of the round. Kangas heavy favourites heading in. As Taylor gathered, went back by hand to Merritt, who measured the kick to half forward. Look at the out numbers. They so often do, East Point. Under new coach Joe Carmody. So Johnson with the right foot kick, deep into attack. Robinson, the target, the spoil there from Maloney. Fell into the hands of McDougall, and it's only taken the Kangas leading forward 4 minutes to hit the scoreboard.
Read that beautifully off hands there. Beautiful snap too. Was never going to miss. And we've got 2 quick goals on the board for East Point.
Yeah, 2 of their leading forwards already on the scoreboard in an ominous sign for visiting North Ballarat this afternoon. But one thing you can guarantee, they won't give up the ghost. As McCartney's mantra really is essentially based on contested ball and stepping in. When it's your turn to go, step in. But at the moment, it's East Point who lead 12-0 inside 5 minutes. Here goes Rodamaronis, who started busily. Is that a word? Well, it is now. Right foot kick to outer centre wing. Gathered by Filmer. He's got some toe, but so too does Palmer. And the kick has been cut off there with that entry inside 50 there by Driscoll. So Driscoll, another one of the young brigade from North Ballarat. The right foot kick meant for Deering was cut off. Poor one at that. And read well there by Merritt. His right foot kick inside 50. Wide to the pocket. And McDougall's taken a mark in front of Cockerell. Close up against the boundary line. 45 metres out from goal.
It was a good mark under pressure. He was at speed, well marked, but managed to get the hands out in front, and he's got a shot on goal from about 40 metres out.
No player in the BFNL has taken more marks inside 50 than McDougall. This kick will take his best. Kick's on its way. Will it get the journey? Robinson had plenty of it. Kick attempt across the body. There from Geordie Johnson was smothered in the goal square. That's where play ended momentarily. There'll be a ball up in the goal square. So North Ballarat not out of trouble yet. Ball up. Robinson won that tap. Clean bowled everyone. Rolled through for a rush behind. So East Point's first minor score of the afternoon. They lead 2-1-13. North Ballarat no score. Tick over 6 minutes gone in this first term here. Perfect conditions for footy. Stick with us by the BFNL match setup. So Huff brings the ball back into play. Well, it went towards Huff, in fact. It was Faulkner that brought the ball back into play. Q's kick across the body. Shallow entry inside 50. Shark there by Molan. It was clean again. But the pressure tackle was excellent from the debutant in Maloney. And he'll take the resultant free kick. So a second kick early for the youngster. And this one's more effective. And he found Arts, who was lateral. We'll go along the line as Troon presents, and the kick was good. Easy overhead for this progressive youngster who lowered the eyes and went to the smallest man on the ground in Durban. Went over his head. It was taken there by Thompson, who did the squaring kick. Kick had to be good, and it was. Down Jeffrey, right in the middle of 4 North Ballarat plays. He wasted no time. Went out in the direction there of McDougall at front spot, and it knocked away from him. North Ballarat got numbers. Maloney went to ground. Good forward pressure there from the Kangas, but they've conceded a free kick in the end. And go to Maloney, who started well on the third possession, and a second effective one at that. Chip over the top. Meant for Arts. Pressure was there from Rodamaronis, but Arts was able to go. That needs to be quick, and he wasn't. Loose ball opportunity here. Troon over the footy. Pressure good from Johnson. Did well not to infringe. Speak of Matty. And there'll be a ball up on half forward broadcast side for East Point, who lead 13. North Ballarat no score. Near 8 minutes gone opening term. Tap one by Van Meel towards McCartan and Taylor. A couple of more experienced combatants going head to head. Taylor's hurried kick forward's been cut off. Well, guess who? It's Maloney again. He went short and found McCartan, who too tried to match the left boot of Maloney. Kick wasn't as good, but on his non-preferred. Carey was bailed up there by Jones, and there'll be a ball up 49 metres out from the North Ballarat, the East Point goal.
He's probably had the footy 4 times already, I think, Maloney. He started well.
Encouraging sides for the youngster. Tap one by Van Meel. Rodamaronis gathered, hurried kick. They'll pay the mark. Chance here for Canny. Left foot kick across the body to a 1-on-1. Off hands and through for a minor score. Driscoll did well to deny Robinson. 2-2, 14 East Point. Lead North Ballarat no score. Near 9 minutes gone opening term here. So Driscoll will go short to the outer pocket to Cockerell. A welcoming addition to this North Ballarat side of the off-season from Cairns. Spent some time in the Gold Coast Academy. Short kick was good and found McCartan, the captain. The 202 gamer went with the right foot to outer centre wing. Players set themselves. No mark taken. Ground ball. Shark there by Troon. Quick hands was good here from the Roosters. Hurry kick. Dribbling ball in the Deering direction. Had it knocked away from him. Palmer got boots the ball. Cut off there by Thompson. He conceded by hand to the 200 gamer there in Murphy. It was bailed up. North Ballarat wanting a holding the ball decision. Will they get one? No. There'll be a ball up. Near half forward out of sight of the ground for North Ballarat. So it's all about how long they can hang in for North Ballarat. Can they find a way to score? Troon brace for the tackle. I was hoping there for an error from Taylor, but none forthcoming. Stoppage, ball up, tap one by Van Meel to Rodamoronis, who started well. The gather was good. Player playing with confidence. Right foot kick in the Geordie Johnson direction. Took the mark and went deep forward. Look out! Open goal. Bang. McDougall's got two at Eastern Oval. And Easter on their way. 3-2-20. They lead North Ballarat. No score.
I think it was Fillmore, was it, Todd, at the mark at half forward, and he had plenty. He had his forward one out, big long kick inside 50.
Geordie Johnson,
yeah. Beg your pardon. Found his man deep inside 50, who managed to get the right side of the ball, read it beautifully, ran into an unmarked goal, and East Point looking pretty ominous early.
Yeah, well-weighted kick from the former Geelong VFL listed Geordie Johnson. Just a decision, a preference to play with mates is the only reason why he's at the Kangas. And speak of the devil, here he goes inside 50. McDougall the target, could have been held. Left boot, soccer, hit the post. Well, the Geordie Johnson-McDougall combo, twice in a minute. Let off there for North Ballarat. They trailed by 21 points. Tick over 11 minutes gone opening term. McCartan now with ball in hand. Will try and steady the ship. And went safe and lateral. A bit of keepings off. So that will do North Ballarat the world of good. Just to hang on to the ball. Because they're under siege here at Eastern Oval. Right foot kick to outer centre wing. 2-on-1. Deering couldn't gather. Loose ball opportunity. Shark there by McMillan. Right foot kick to an open half forward line. Chance for Howard, who just got away from Freeman. And went with the right boot. Out the direction of Filmer. Gathered on the bounce. It was kind. His hand pass was loose, but he'll get it back. And went with the right boot towards McDougall, who's looked ominous early. Got out the back. How will it sit for the big fella? Ran to 49. Took a bounce. Nearly made a meal of it. Now we can kick it across the body. Goal! McDougall's got 3 in 12 minutes here at Eastern Oval. He looks like he's in for a big afternoon.
He does, Todd. He fumbled the ball a little bit, but he managed to gain control of it, got himself back round on the right foot, and we've got to credit Fillmore, was it, who had a couple of possessions off half back there to set that goal up.
Yeah, good rebound. Of course, McMillan for North Ballarat to a one-on-one with Freeman and Howard, whilst the kick didn't really favour Freeman at all. Just work rate. East Point, again, a leading example of the competition, the very reason why they've strung together 12 in a row. They've beaten everyone. Ball up, tap one by McCullum, meant for McCartan. He's got a tough job leading this side this afternoon. Loose ball, Shark there by the speedy Palmer, who took a bounce. Bobby Hill-like, he's even wearing the 23. Right foot kick inside the deep forward. Shark there by Quinlan, wanted a high. Denied by the umpire, who was in the perfect position. And there'll be a ball up 20 metres away from the North Ballarat goal.
You could see the knees drop there a little bit, couldn't you, Todd? He went in lean into the contest, but no fooling the umpire.
A rare deep inside 50 for North Ballarat. Tap one by Deering. Ball carried to the ground. Swarm of East Point defenders around the footy. Tap one by Van Meel. Went boundary side and found touch in the end. Over the line for a boundary throw-in. 13 and a half minutes gone opening term here. East Point 27 lead North Ballarat, no score. Other games around the region this afternoon. Darley hosts Sunbury. Redan v Melton South. Bacchus Marsh v Melton. And Sebastopol v Ballarat. We'll get a score from around the grounds at our next opportunity. Basically, it's a game for third spot going on at Darley Park this afternoon. Ball up. Plays around the footy. Again, No one can extricate. There'll be a repeat stoppage. North Ballarat enjoying a moment. A rare one at that inside their forward half. Or forward 50, in fact. Murphy, the 200 gamer. Just a bit of a lame attempt to get rid of the footy. So, no updates yet. We'll find one as it comes to hand. Right foot kick from Geordie Johnson. Got plenty on the kick to out of centre wing. Found brother Matty, who went by hand to Taylor. Kicked to half forward. Kenny couldn't take the mark. Went through his hands. Cockle did the mopping up. Found Faulkner, who got it over to Jenkins. Hurried kick along the line was knocked defensively. Well over the line there by Geordie Johnson for a throw-in on half forward out of side for North Ballarat.
He's had a great start, Johnson. He's been in a lot of passages of play so far.
Expect both of them to feature. Of course, Matty Johnson wearing the 6 today. And Geordie in the 11. Throw in. Tap one by McCullum. Hurried kick forward by Brumley Lynch. Foot race on here. Darabin, considerably smaller than his older brother, who's out of the side today. And he too, one of 18 considered senior players missing from the North Ballarat lineup, adding to the difficult task at hand for the visitors today. Brown, good pressure there from Darabin, and he's been pinged by the umpire. And the youngster in a bit of a David and Goliath moment.
Certainly was, Todd, and he tackled hard there. He spun him around twice, and he's dished off the handball.
Gave it to Carey. Right foot kick will get to the goal square. Players set themselves. Oh, it's hit the post. So they're on the board here. North Ballarat tick over 16 minutes it took them. They trail East Point by 26. The Kangas waste no time bringing the ball back in. They get it beyond the defensive 50 to Filmer. Like this kid. Kick went in the direction of Murphy. Got enough on the footy, but North Ballarat had numbers. Sue McMillan, who gave it to Palmer. Pressure was good from Geordie Johnson. Got a left foot kick onto the footy. Van Meel behind the ball. Went by hand. Well done by the ruckman. Got it to Merritt. The kick was good to Molan. Got Conlon inboard. Had to negotiate through some North Ballarat players. So he elects to go along the line to half forward to a 2-on-1. Ground ball opportunity. North Ballarat have got numbers. Well, he dropped it. Jenkins lucky to get away with it. Murphy, quick hands, tried to find Johnson. Caught over the footy there by Maloney. Good pressure there from the debutant. Square away a stoppage to be a ball up. Half forward out of side of the ground for East Point.
Got to credit the off the ball work from the Roosters, putting a lot of pressure on, stifling a bit of run from East Point.
Tap one by McCullum. Chance for Filmer again. Touch of the fumbles. It's a hot footy. McMillan applies the pressure and we'll get a repeat stoppage.
Well, it looks as though the game's settled down a little bit now, Todd. East Point off to a flying start, obviously, but a bit of tempo taken out of the game now by East. But East go back inside forward 50 now.
Yeah, McDougall tried to get on the end of that Jones kick. Couldn't quite do so. And there'll be another stoppage.
Yeah, that free-flowing football that we saw in the first 5 minutes from East Point. North are starting to assert themselves a little bit more in the contest.
Bacchus Marsh have started well against Melton. 14 each. Troon out of defence. Tumbling kick towards out of centre wing. Now Merritt, more often clean than not. Didn't let us down. Went by hand to Thompson. Johnson tried to claim the mark. Speak of Matty. Not forth-giving. Fired the umpire. Quick answer, Molan to Van Meel. Loose hand pass you under the pump there, Matty Johnson. Tackle was good there from Nash. Good pressure here from the Roosters. They've had a good 6 or 7 minutes. Good pressure there from Carey also. There'll be a ball up.
Starting to become a lot more of a stoppage game, Todd.
Yep, that's the way North Ballarat like it. Tap one by Van Meel. Gather from McMillan was good. Got it to Brumley Lynch, but ball will be cut off there. Q sends the ball forward inside 50. Purchase got a hand on the footy. Off the fist, just fell into the lap of Rodamaronis, who was under the pump. Loose ball gathered from McDougall was clean, just inside the boundary line. Squaring vision to steady the ship. Found Johnson. Speak of Matty, didn't go the required distance. Kick meant for Rodamaronis. Cut off there by Faulkner, who'll rebound for North Ballarat. 26-point lead to the Kangas. Sunny skies overhead. Fine August winter's day here in Ballarat. Right foot kick. Goes in the McCullum direction. Palmer couldn't gather. Neither could Jenkins. Momentum took he and the ball over the line for a boundary throw-in. Back of Smash 15, Melton 20, Sebastopol 18, Ballarat 13, Darley 6, Sunbury 9. East Point 27, North Ballarat 1. Unfolding right in front of our eyes here. McCullum just grabbed it out of the ruck with strength. The old-fashioned territory game with the torpedo has been cut off by one of the leading rebound markers in the comp in Jacob Brown, who goes with the right boot towards the attacking 50. Didn't get enough on the kick. Cut off by Maloney. Went by hand, Troon. Pressure was good from Filmer, in fact. Gather was good from Freeman. Gave it to where McMillan was, not where he was going. He's a little bit hurt there, Freeman. We'll keep an eye on him. McMillan takes the resultant free kick.
Maybe a little lucky there, Todd. It looked like he fell, but managed to cop a knee to the back of the head and got the free kick for it.
McMillan to half forward. Shark there brilliantly by Nash to the open space, hoping for Carey, but Molan was there. Clever push there by Huff to knock Molan off the footy. But he kept trying there, Molan. Darabin went to ground from his opposing number 26 there in queue. And there'll be a ball up 48 metres out from the North Ballarat goal. So they had 3 goals in 4 minutes, East Point. So a stalemate of sorts for the next 17. Tap one by, well, we'll give it to Van Meel to no real advantage. Loose ball opportunity here for Thompson, who gathered and went on the left. Was cut off there by Driscoll. So good pressing from North Ballarat. Now he just needs an option forward. Freeman is off the ground, so they don't have him forward. McCartan gathered, was taken to the ground. Swarm of players around the footy. And there'll be another stoppage. So the umpire is having just as much as a ball as anyone else at the moment.
There's been a lot more of the ball in the hands of North Ballarat from the first 10 minutes, but they can't really seem to go inside 50 with any purpose at the moment, Todd.
We'll get another stoppage deep in North Ballarat's attack. Just the one behind to the Roosters in this term. Hurried kick out of defence. Umpire's picked out a free kick here, has he? Down the ground.
Not quite sure what that one was for. I didn't see that, but it's an East Point kick. Bit of confusion as to who's actually got the ball.
Yeah. You got to worry when the players don't even know what's going on. And McDougall not even sure which way they're going. But he does go backwards to Thompson, who went lateral, and the kick was okay. And they gave it to their designated kicker, Ian Merritt. So he goes with the penetrating right foot kick. How about that? It's a beauty.
Beautiful kick.
To Geordie Johnson. Squaring kick. Kick out to be good. Found Conlon. Look at this. They're out here, the Kangas. They can raffle this. They could have given it to Brown, but they went over the top. They'll regret that, you'd think. Loose ball opportunity. Chance of Molan. Got the hand pass over the top to Robinson. Gave the don't argue. Had a pot shot at the goals and put it through.
Well, it was a good build-up there from East Point. Beautiful kick out of deep defensive 50 from Merritt. Precision kick. They switched back inside to the middle. 2 runners down the wing and probably made hard work of the goal in the end. Blind turned himself but managed to put a nice shot on goal. And here we have East Point just kicking away. Robinson
has 2. McDougall 3 here at Eastern Oval. Melton 26, lead Bacchus Marsh 15. Sebastopol 18, lead Ballarat 14. Sunbury 16, lead Darley 6. And Redan 27, lead Melton South 2. Back in the middle of the ground here. Chance here for McCartan to extricate with a clearance. An all-important one for North Ballarat. Thompson got a fist on it. Bounced back up into his lap. Went by hand. Clearing kick out of defence. Geordie Johnson in front. McCarty went the spoil. Waiting at the back was Matty Johnson. Hand pass it over to the advantage there of Conlon. Like this kid too. Over the top to Jeffrey. He's got Robinson in ball, but he went the long option. And the mark's been taken 15 metres out from goal. And good covering the ground there from Molan, and he'll have a shot directly in front, 15 metres out.
Another great passage of play from East Point. It started with Conlon down here on the commentary side at half back. But in the end, it was pretty much an uncontested mark. We've got a shot from 15 metres out. Who have we got there, Todd?
Molan, Essendon VFL listed.
Worked himself into plenty of space, and he should ice this one.
No commentator's curse at all. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. Molan gets his first. East Point get their sixth. And further separation on the scoreboard here at Eastern Oval.
Yeah, well, the Roosters worked pretty hard for a 10-minute patch there to get themselves back into the... Well, we won't say back into the game because there's a fair margin, but they managed to clog the game up a little bit. But in the last couple of minutes, it's been East been able to find a bit of space, and they've been able to put 2 more quick goals on the board.
Molan becomes the third goal kicker of East Point this afternoon. McDougall 3, Robinson 2, Molan 1. We've got a couple of rippers going on around the region this afternoon. We'll keep you updated with those as they come to hand. Melton have steadied. Now they're 32. Back to Smash 15. Ball up. We'll give that tap to McCullum. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go North Ballarat's way to McCartan, who, despite clear weighted possession in favour of the Kangas, he's had his share today for the Roosters. So his right foot kick goes forward. Good courage shown there by the East Point defence with the spoil. Strong attack on the footy there from Geordie Johnson on Troon to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in. Broadcast side half forward for North Ballarat.
Yet another stoppage, Todd.
Boundary throw-in, it'll be McCullum. And Van Meel to contest this ruck duel. Chance here for McCarty at ground level. Gathered, went by hand to Arts, look out. Managed to get a hand pass away to McCartan. Knocked at the advantage of Troon. Could have been held without it. McCartan fired the hand pass out. Chance for McMillan, loves a goal. Dumped as he kicked. Denied a free kick by the umpire. Either at the point of the kick or down the ground. The weight of that pressure saw the McMillan kick scoot off to the right and rolled out of bounds for a throw-in. So North Ballarat will enjoy a moment deep inside their 50. Deep in time on in this first term. They are trailed by 38 points. Each Point flexing their muscles here at Eastern Oval. There's been a free kick picked out here, and it's going to go the way of McCullum over the shoulder. And the big fella in a much-needed boost back into the side today. They have a chance to kick North Ballarat's first of the afternoon. And for a big man, he has had his moments kicking goals over the journey. I called him in a couple of North Ballarat Darley games over the last few years. He's kicked a bag of 4. And on this occasion,
sprayed that one wide.
Used up the curse. Off to the right, minor score. 2 behinds North Ballarat. East Point 6-3-39. Near 28 minutes gone, opening term. East Point lead by 37 points. Merritt will bring the ball back into play. Beautiful drop punt in the direction of Thompson. Waiting in the back there was Jeffrey. Looked inboard. That was good play there from Jeffrey. Good awareness. Found Robinson, who looked to square the kick. Had to be good. They had numbers here. And Molan steadies the ship and goes lateral. Creates some space for Filmer. Delivers the ball forward to McDougall. Through his hands. Chance for Cockrell. Laconically. Found Driscoll. He coughed the hand pass up to McDougall, who's got 4 at Eastern Oval. And arguably the goal of the day to date.
Fantastic goal.
He's a player in form. I mean, the Driscoll hand pass, McDougall was lucky just to be essentially the handball receive. And he said, well, if you don't want it, I will. And he kicked the goal. A ripper.
We've seen it a couple of times now that East Point have been able to manage the work the ball off half-back from the grandstand side of the ground. They've opened up the middle, found the forward with a bit of room to move, but that was a fantastic goal. He put himself in a tight position, but it was a nice right foot snap from, looked like pretty hard on the boundary, but opened up a a 43-point lead here.
McDougall's got 4 at Eastern Oval, 55 for the year. Ball up, tap one by McCallum. To no advantage, and here they go again. Chance at ground level for Conlon. Find the hair pass out to Canny. Left foot kick inside 50. No, McDougall again. He's got it.
Looks like he's in for a big day, Todd.
Waste no time with an unselfish squaring kick in the direction of Filmer, but it's been cut off there by Carey. He was interfered with. The advantage paid. Oh, the umpire's paid the mark, has he? Bit stiff there, McCartan, because in the event of a free kick, he was deservedly off to the races with advantage. But given the fact that it was a mark and had to come back to Carey, who overcooked the kick laterally to Jenkins, and it's bounced over the line for a boundary throw-in. So they are under the pump here, North Ballarat.
Yeah, no, it's a disappointing kick there under no real pressure at all, and he's cleared the head of his opponent and found the boundary line.
Boundary throw-in. Van Neal won the tap. Ball trickled over the line and out of bounds under that impressive digital scoreboard here at Eastern Oval that reads favourably for the hosts. 7-3-45. They lead North Ballarat 2 behinds. Term went tick over 30 minutes. The goal scorers, McDougall has 4, Robinson 2 and Molan 1. No contributors yet on the goal front with McCullum missing a pretty simple chance at the level to get North Ballarat's first major, but that went right off to the right. We've got a 43-point lead to East Point. Gee, their vision and composure and their ball use has been impressive, Sam.
Certainly has, particularly off half back. We've had runners through the middle of the ground and they've been able to switch to the far side of the ground. North have not been quite there to be able to clog up the holes, and they've been pretty exposed through that to the far side wing. And we've seen plenty of space from some dangerous looking forwards inside 50.
Yeah, they've probably had 8 or 9 of the leading possession winners on the ground. McCartan, well, he's up against it. He's the captain. He's expected to lead from the front from North Ballarat, but he's leading a very young group who look like they're in for a long afternoon. But they won't give up the pressure. They won't give up the ghost despite a golf inexperience and class. Let's go around the grounds before a break. Melton, after they were tied with Bacchus Marsh momentarily, have kicked away. 6-2-38, they lead Bacchus Marsh 2-3-15. Sebastopol 3-1-19, lead Ballarat 2-3-15. Darley with the last 2 goals of the game. They lead Sunbury 3-1-19, Sunbury 2-4-16. And Redan 5-3-33, lead Melton South 1 goal to 8. A break and back with the second quarter action under sunny skies here at Eastern Oval in around 7 or 8 minutes' time.
Despicable Me 4 has landed at Macca's. Try our banana desserts range for despicable grown-ups and a Happy Meal for your little minions. Despicable Me 4, only in cinemas.
guys that came in for those late daily outs kicked 2 of their 3 goals. So, see who's playing on Mule? Cameron and Land, 2 blokes. Welcome back here to Eastern Oval ahead of the second quarter action in BFNL's match of the round. It's the all-conquering Kangas heading for 13 wins in a row. They've taken care of every side along the way, post their round 1 anomaly against the Devils when they went down by 96 points. It's hard to even contemplate that now given where they're at. And, of course, the inclusions of Merritt and Brown since. Of course, Merritt missed the opener with a suspension and Brown an early season return from East Keilor. So, yeah, they're looking very strong, East Point. 7 goals to nothing, really. 45 leads, North Ballarat 2. McDougall, the star on the goal front, but they've had many contributors. He has 4 as play is underway for this second term. East Point to the right of screen. Ball up, tap one by Van Meal, the 199 gamer. Shark there by Palmer. Quick hands meant for Faulkner. Through traffic they went. McMillan again. Quick hands. Got it over to Palmer. Hurry kick forward, Huff. Got forward of that contest and got the overlap. And he went short to McCartan, who's been North Ballarat's best. Short kick was effective. It found Palmer, who kept running. He too, on the back of a good performance last week, was beginning to accumulate some numbers of his own. Despite the gulf in separation on the scoreboard, some encouraging signs for this youngster in particular as Palmer, to get scoring underway, it'll take his best from 50, kicks on its way. Will just go across the face, loose ball opportunity, knocked through for a rush behind there. East Point defenders not giving an inch. So Merritt will bring the ball back into play. Sun in his eyes momentarily. That's a rarity in winter in Ballarat as he goes right down the middle of the ground. Geordie Johnson the target. Cut off there by Maloney. Got a large piece of it. Just didn't quite get it at the highest point. Got it on the way down, which made it difficult to hang on to as he limps away. A little bit lame, the youngster. He'll be hoping the ball doesn't come in his direction in the next play. Tap one by McCullum. Chance here for Rodder Moronis, who came broadcast centre wing. Found Robinson. Right in front of us here. Looks inboard. Overcooked the kick for Jeffrey. Cut off there by Bromley Lynch. So one of the more experienced North Ballarat players this afternoon squares the kick to halfback. Had to be good, and it was, to Palmer. He got some spread with the kick and found Troon on outer centre wing. He's got space and time to measure the kick. Got it over the top to Faulkner. It's North Ballarat's best passage of play. He went back to Troon, who marks on the attacking side of centre wing. Short kick is fine. And it looks like Faulkner with ball in hand. Good size too, this kid. Right foot kick inside 50. No Freeman to speak of, but he's back on the ground. They'll combine through a weight of numbers here, the East Point defence, and Robinson will get on the end of it. We'll go along the line, just didn't get it to the fat side of the youngster there in Lavery. Made it hard for him. And his debut, kick was marked over the back by another debutant in Maloney, who hit up McMillan. So he goes short. So they've had a good opening 3 minutes here, North Ballarat. Clear weight of possession, but no bang for buck to speak of yet, just the one behind. So Arts will send the ball into attack. He'll hug the pocket, so much so he overcooked the kick, and it went out of bounds on the full.
Maloney did look a little proppy there early, but earlier in the quarter, I should say, but looks like he's running out well now.
Well, he'll need to, because there's plenty of run in these Kangas. But they just take their time. I went through the hands of Q, but he's got time to go back and do his own mopping up, and went lateral and found Merritt. He'll steady the ship. He's got Bowler on the overlap if he can get it to him. He went to the longer option of Rodemaronis. What a kick that was from a standing start from the former Bomber. So Rodemaronis along the line. Strong hands from Robinson, who wasted no time. Ran in board. Right foot kick. Look out. Geordie Johnson. Over the shoulder will take the resultant free kick. Waste no time. We'll get it over the back towards Jeffrey. Went over the back of him. Foot race on. Can he gather inside the boundary? Well, he can't.
It was a hot tackle.
Taylor could, and Palmer's pressure was good, and he had every right to ask for a 50 because the ball wasn't given back to him on the full. So Palmer, who's had a good quarter, good couple of weeks for North Ballarat, right foot kick to half back. Umpires picked out a free kick here for a block. It's going to go the way of North Ballarat, and it'll go to Deering. So Deering, who's been asked to shoulder a lot of the load in the ruck in the absence of McCullum, will get some relief today with the big fella back. His short kick was okay. And found Quinlan. He'll go short to Bromley Lynch. And a bit of keepers off for the meantime for North Ballarat. They're just so good behind the ball, East Point. Just makes it hard for ball in hand, and the kick meant for McCullum was cut off there by Van Meal. They got enough purchase on the footy to get it over the line for a throw-in. True centre wing out of sight.
He was uncontested in the end then. He had plenty of time to take the mark, but he chose to fist it across the boundary line.
Throw in McCullum and Van Meal. Tap one by McCullum. Ground ball opportunity here. Gather was terrific from Filmer. Right foot kick to half forward to McDougall on the bounce. Cockrell behind him. Just did well, the defensive thing. He had one of the defender's favourite teammates, the boundary line, to give him a chop out. They square it away for a boundary throw-in on half forward out of side for East Point. We had 3 goals on the board in the opening 4 minutes of quarter one. Have yet to register a score at all in the corresponding time spent in this second term. There'll be a throw-in. 42-point lead to East Point. Near 6 minutes gone. They led by 43 at quarter time. Just the rush behind to North Ballarat. To speak of the opening 6 minutes. McCullum gathered it. Stolen by Bromley Lynch as they combined by hand here, North Ballarat. This looks a bit better. Bromley Lynch gave it to Arts, who had to stop and prop, but had some space. Fired the left boot. Forward. Juggling attempt there. That was a mark every day of the week there from Howard. Well, the umpire forgot where he was, what he was doing. Just had to blow the whistle and pay the mark. He did so in the end. And they're away here. The Kangas with the right boot. Just went off the side, though. Johnson with a clever little push. Pushed Maloney to ground. Gave the don't argue, but his hand pass was smothered there by Maloney. Went over the line for a boundary throwing.
We've seen it a couple of times already. There's a good passage of play there from North Ballarat through the middle of the ground, but they just can't find a forward target.
Boundary throw-in right in front of us here. The Pink Sharon, in honour of the Breast Cancer Foundation. Tap one by McCallum, only as far as Rodamaronis, who was busy in that opening term. Taylor's hair pass was smothered there by McMillan. Van Meel gathered a ground ball. Well done by the ruckman. Got it towards Q, who went forward in the McDougall direction. Juggling attempt at Mark. Is he going to get paid? Well, he ran away. Can he kick number 5? He can! 5 at Eastern Oval for McDougall. And we're only a tick over 7 minutes into the second term.
It's a wonderful solo effort there from McDougall. Managed to work his man under the ball. He had Robinson short or forward, but he was one out. But he chose to go over the top. But McDougall did a great job to tidy up the ball. Again, another snap on the right foot, and he's having a good day out. Todd, 5 on the board already.
Indeed, and he did well not to, request the whistle for the mark. That 50-50, because he would have been held up by Cockrell, claiming the mark, if indeed it wasn't paid. So he just played on and got it done. Tap one by McCallum. Bromley Lynch was strong with the ground level. Hair pass meant for Carey, intercepted there by Taylor. Shallow entry inside 50. Cockrell kept it in front of him, but only as far as Kenny. Clever kick. Squaring one at that found Jeffrey, who had enough space to run back with the flight of the footy and take an contested mark under little or no pressure, and the shot on goal in a minute.
Yeah, very clever kick from Canny there, who was found himself in a bit of pressure, but managed to step through 2 players. Looked to the wide option and found
Jeffrey
in space, who's now going to take the shot from about 30 metres out.
Averages a tick over a goal a game this year, has 16. Is this 17? I think he's nearly done enough, but it hit the post. So he'll have to wait for another opportunity. So the lead extends, albeit by the point, as McCarty brings the ball back into play. Driscoll found Carey in front of Taylor, who looked to weigh up the options, and never hard in front as that kick went awry. Just too much perceived pressure for North Ballarat at the moment.
Yeah, it's a good point, Todd. The perceived pressure. I mean, the ball skills, or the kicking skills at least, haven't been particularly impressive from North Ballarat early in this game.
And that kick inside 50 from the Kangas found its way over the line for a boundary throw-in from Conlon. Throw-in, tap one by McCallum. Conlon did the sharking, high up and under ball. Robinson, good use of the body. Just protected the ball drop. And all he had to do was make the ground late. Clever forward craft. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal, just outpointing the debutant there in Maloney. And Robinson will have a chance here for goal number 3. Training drill. Robinson gets his 3rd. East Point get their 9th. And they extend 9-4, 58 now they lead. North Ballarat 3 behinds.
Well, you called that well, Todd, in the way that he managed to protect the space for the ball to drop. It was a high ball. It hung a long time in the air, and he held his space, but then allowed things to open up, gave himself plenty of room to run under the ball, and it was almost an uncontested mark in the end.
Early second quarter, Melton 40 lead Bacchus Marsh 15, Sebastopol 32 lead Ballarat 15, Darley 26 trail Sunbury 29, and Redan 46 lead Melton South 8. Back at the restart here, Deering in the ruck. Had it knocked away from him there by Van Meel, nearly as good as a kick. Meant for Robinson, who just confidence is up on the back of 3 goals already this afternoon. Bromley Lynch copped one high, then was thrown to the ground. But fairly, said the umpire. And there'll be a ball up near half forward for the Kangas. We've kicked 9 unanswered in this opening quarter and a half. Carey's had a bit of the footy. Freeman presented. Was a clean gather and found McCartan, and went with the right boot out the Nash direction. Took a nice mark in front of Brown. So some connection here from North Ballarat. They get it inside 50. Bromley Lynch across the body can open the goal scoring for North Ballarat.
Lovely goal. He just put himself in beautiful position to run onto that ball. It sat beautifully for him. Worked himself around onto the right foot, and it was a nice snap on goal. Opened the account for North Ballarat.
And he featured a couple of times in that chain, Bromley Lynch. So he, Carey, McCartan and Palmer, the leading possession winners thus far for North Ballarat, and a gap to Troon. But with East Point, where do you start? They've probably had a dozen of those that have had just as many. Ball up. It'll be Deering and Van Meel again. Van Meel tap meant for Rodamaronis. Gathered there by Jones, who's bailed up. Just trying to find Matty Johnson. No sign of Matty out there at the moment. Off the ground. Hasn't been sighted in this second term. Robinson fired the hand pass out to Rodamaronis. Took time to gather, put Jones under the pump, but he was up to the task as Q. Right on cue. Got the handball receive and found Molan, who set the ball forward. Well done there by Maloney to intercept that kick meant for Robinson.
It was a nice intercept, Mark. He's had a good start to the game.
Short kick to Driscoll, who found Bromley Lynch. Good honest player for North Ballarat. So Palmer goes along the line. Kick meant for Freeman. Went through his hand. Bromley Lynch again. Shoveled the ball forward about 8 or 9 metres. Huff got knocked off the footy. Here come the reinforcements for East Point. Pressure was good from Nash. Carey gathered, taken over the line. And there'll be a throw in on half forward out of side for North Ballarat.
There was some encouraging signs there from for North Ballarat. Bromley Lynch starting to work himself into the game. He's done some good things early in this second quarter.
Throw in. Rodamaronis had to stop and prop, but the gather was clean. Got the overlap. Now there's Johnson. Speak of Matty, quick hands, found Taylor. He got it over towards Jeffrey, who went with the right boot. Inside 50 and found Robinson, who presented in front of Maloney and took a nice mark.
And talk about working into the game in the second quarter. Robinson's been on fire, Todd, the second quarter. Another shot on goal.
Yeah, if he's not a handful already, he's certainly going to be in the coming years in the BFNL. He's got some toe. He's good, clean overhead. And more often a good finisher. So they're the traits of a quality forward. Let's see how he goes. This one will go across the face. Players set themselves. McDougall.
Just size in the pack there. Managed to make it all his own in the end.
Just read it better. Just cruised past the pack and nearly took it uncontested in the end. But he's a player in form. And now he's going for goal number 6. Makes no mistake. McDougall's got a 6-pack at Eastern Oval.
He put himself on the tight angle there with a strong mark, uncontested almost, as you said, Todd. But no trouble with the tight angle, the right foot banana, and 6 and counting.
Been an impressive display, especially from the Kangas here this afternoon. North Ballarat still trying hard, but just no match. Just too big, strong.
Yeah,
and their ball use has been an example too.
They've had moments where they've been able to, hold up play and bottle things up, but these look impressive when they get on the burst.
Hurried kick out of the middle of the ground there from McCartan. Only got as far as Merritt. His kick somehow went backwards. Brown had to stop and wait under the footy. Shrugged the tackle of Duffy with strength and went to Robinson, the man of the moment. Got it. He's had a good afternoon as his work rate's been good. Right up the ground. That kick threaded the needle. Was very good. Found Matty Johnson. He didn't let him down. And he went lateral. He had the choice of a couple. Howard got time to decide the option. No player could mark the footy. Spoil was good there from Carey. The big fella Lavery there, the youngster on debut, couldn't gather. Chance for Maloney again. Lowered the eyes, kicked and let him down and found Troon. He marked in front of Thompson. They gave it to the running Nash. Under pressure. McMillan, good hands to Carey. Chance for Faulkner on the left. Inside 50 to a one-on-one. Freeman couldn't quite get it. Second effort was okay. Could have been a high tackle. Umpire agreed. Against Howard. And it'll be Darabin who'll go back and have a shot on goal. Gee, it wouldn't be hard to tackle that man over the shoulders.
One of the advantages of being 5'2", Todd. It was a good crumb. He put himself in the perfect spot and was certainly copped high. There was no doubt about that. And let's hope he can convert this set shot from about 25 metres out on a slight angle.
Well, regardless of the scoreline, this goal here, North Ballarat should be come from everywhere for the youngster if he can thread this through with his left boot. Kicks on its way, won't quite get the distance. Freeman at the back. Took a nice grab amid a handful of East Point defenders. Just took it at its highest point.
Well, he needed to because the shot from 30 metres was disappointing, having not made the distance, but it was a great pair of hands, and I think we'll see no difficulty here as he slots it around, runs around on the right foot, and makes no mistake with the snap.
Yeah, Freeman very trusting across the body. He's an excellent kick, especially at goal, and all you got to do is find him with the overhead, and more often than not, he won't let you down. He gets his first here at Eastern Oval. North Ballarat get their second. The margin reduced to 49 points here, 18 minutes into this second term. East Point, a very efficient 10-4-64, lead North Ballarat 2-3-15. Quick run around the grounds, back of Smash 16, Melton 47, Sebastopol 32, Ballarat 23, Darley 27, Sunbury 35, and Redan 46, lead Melton South 8. 49-point lead of the Kangas here. They average in their 6 wins at home this year an 82-point winning margin. But here goes North Ballarat through McCartan. His hand pass couldn't get through traffic. Matty Johnson at ground level. Pressure from McMillan. Square away a stoppage. And there'll be a ball up. McCullum just grabbed it out of the ruck. Hit and hope forward. Here's an opportunity for North Ballarat, but they got numbers here. Speak of Howard, who fired the hand pass out. Turnover opportunity to Nash. He's dangerous around goal, Nash, and he makes no mistake. The North Ballarat get their first back-to-back goals of the afternoon.
Very lively looking goal there, Todd. Again, got himself in the perfect position to the fall of the ball. And snap around the right foot. Another great, I shouldn't say another great goal. I think it's his first for the day, but was an impressive finish.
Yeah, he's got a high footy IQ, Ned Nash, and his execution by foot we've seen, or been used to out of defence, but his move, his swing forward this year has been beneficial for North Ballarat. He's got 25 goals for the season. The margin to 43 now. McCartan, umpires picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the way of McCartan. It's going to go to the ruckman. Well, if the players are confused, you've got to feel a little bit for myself. McCullum goes forward, overcooked the kick. Paul won at that from the big fella, meant for Troon. So the right foot kick to half forward. Johnson the target. Well, a bit unlucky there, North Ballarat, because Johnson was trying to protect the ball drop by holding off his opponent and was given the free kick in the end. His right foot kick, now that's a push, but denied by the umpire. Gee, McDougall, lucky not to do a hamstring there on that deliberate push, really. There every day of the week.
I would have thought so. He should be having a shot for his 7th goal, but it's a ball in instead.
East Point in attack. Sun on the eyes of the big fella of McCullum. Ground ball. Chance here for McCartan. Couldn't shovel it out because the reinforcements for East Point came in to deny an exit. Jones one of those as he comes up with the footy. Ball up. McCullum grabbed it out of the ruck, threw the ball on the boot. Territory gain, but cut off by Van Meel. Was touched off the boot. That was dropping the ball. Told to play on by the umpire. Dropped it like a hot spud there, Van Meel. Should have been pinged.
And plenty of holding off the ball as well, but the umpire saw it fit to let it go, and another ball up.
Loose ball gather there from Filmer. Went off the side of the boot. Umpire won't pay the mark to Murphy. Quick hands. Hot footy. Merritt across the body. High up and under kick. Umpire will pay the mark. And Van Meel will oblige. Good use of the body there from Van Meel. Waste no mistake. Waste no time, in fact. Went deep forward. Thumped over the line there by Cockerell. And there'll be a boundary throw-in and a chance for the North Ballarat defence to reset and endeavour to hold out East Point, who've been rampant in the opening half with 14 shots on goal. 10 goals on the board. 6 of those to McDougall. Boundary throw in. Went over the head of the nominated ruckman, Filmer. Trying to tap it forward. Hot footy at ground level. There'll be a ball up 45 metres out from the East Point goal. So Brown and Van Meel, they're the +2 behind the ball here, Sammy, just in front of us. So even if North Ballarat can win the footy here, the Kangas have got an outnumber. So Johnson, with that knock, found Taylor. Busy little hand pass meant for Jones. Cut off there by McCartan. Now here comes the 2-on-1. Oh, Huff hit the ball at speed. He just needs to gather cleanly. He did. He did well. Ball ushered forward to Nash. Under pressure. Dribbling ball. Look at them all move forward. Freeman got a favourable bounce. He was bowled up there by Howard. And then tackled. And for too long, said the umpire. So Freeman will get the free kick for a hold. He'll go back and have a shot on goal here.
Well, he was one out inside 50 metres, and he looked like he had the space to work his opposition under the ball there, but pretty fortunate to get the free kick in the end because he wasn't his best work.
How about the finish? Just makes no mistake. Made it look easier than what it was, Freeman. He gets his second, albeit his second across the body. He's had a good 3 weeks. 5 goals against the Marsh, 3 goals against Ballarat last week, and now he has 2 against East Point. So he's been a welcome inclusion for North Ballarat, of course, making the move from Bacchus Marsh, and he's providing Brendan McCartney just with what he needs, and that's a target inside 50 for this depleted North Ballarat outfit. They get their 4th of the afternoon, back to 37. It's been a while since they've been that close. Time on second term. Ball up, Van Meel won the tap, only as far as McCartan, who hasn't given up the ghost. Pressure from Rodimer Omnis was strong. That's a high against Arts on Kenny. Umpire called, play on. Fell into the hands of Taylor, who went forward into McDougall action, and he's got it again.
It was a nice clean forward inside 50 entry. Free kick, I thought the whistle should have been blown, but umpire let the play flow, and as it probably would have ended up anyway, another shot on goal for East Point.
And McDougall, who's going for number 7 here, inside the opening half, time on second term, shot on goal, going to go across the face. Robinson wanted to hold, ball knocked through for a rush behind. So a rare miss, might even be McDougall's first miss of the afternoon, given he didn't make the distance in the end. It'll go down in the book as a rush behind. But a 38-point lead prevails for East Point as they bring the ball back into play to Palmer, who has Carey short if he wants him. And the captain looks on. Speaking of McCartan, he's off for a rest, so they'll need some pressure around the ball in the absence of McCartan. They kick to half back, and there's Brown. Took a nice overhead mark. Now he's in trouble. He went to Murphy. He too in trouble. Good pressure from North Ballarat. Howard got the quick hands to Matty Johnson. Sent the ball forward, shallow entry. Gathered by Conlon. Shrugged the tackle with strength. Went forward. McDougall nearly took the mark of the day, but North Ballarat defence did enough. Speak of Cockrell and Driscoll to get it over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Showed a lot of strength to break that tackle there, Conlon. It brought back memories of Dave Barnes, but wasn't able to produce with the kick.
Boundary throw-in. Van Meel went over the back. Chance here for Filmer. Just needs to finish. And he did.
Great finish.
Excellent play there from Filmer. He gets his first, and another likely type out of the East Point Footy Factory. Hits the scoreboard, and a bright future from that youngster who burst onto the scene last year and featured in the finals. He's a likely type. He gets his first and just deserves for his work rate. He's been good this afternoon.
Put himself in a beautiful spot. Didn't have to break stride as the ball came off the pack, and it was an impressive finish.
And you've still got to be clean, and that he was. And had the composure to finish. It's back to 44. Van Meel won the tap. Only as far as Carey. Matty Johnson gathers. Went with the right boot. Territory gain. And Cockrell Not for the first time this year. Sees the ball over the line for a boundary throw-in. 11-5, 71 each point lead. North Ballarat 4-3-27. Tick over 27 minutes gone. McDougall, the star on the goal front. He has 6. Robinson has 3. Freeman with 2. Both in this quarter for North Ballarat. Boundary throw-in. Van Meel just works tirelessly in the ruck. Palmer gets bustled over with the footy. Copy-paste boundary throw-in. 44-point lead to East Point. 27 and a half minutes gone. Second term. Ripper day for footy here in Ballarat. Throw in. Van Meel in front. No real advantage. McMillan waiting at ground level. So too, though, was Jones. Another big-bodied East Point player there. They're not shy on those. Tap one by Van Meel. Matty Johnson. Murphy. Molan. Got it to Jeffrey. Arched the back. Went to the voice of Q. Timed the hand pass to perfection. Got the overlap to Matty Johnson. He kicked 7 last week. And he went towards McDougall.
Just looks unstoppable at the moment.
And he's going to pay 50, I think. And McDougall, inside 29 minutes into the second quarter against North Ballarat, will have 7 goals next to his name. He makes no mistake, McDougall.
Yeah, well, the contest was over when he took a solid mark out in front, but inexplicably he got pushed over. Was always going to be 50 metres. Put it beyond doubt.
7 goals to Bryson McDougall. He makes his way up to 58, if you don't mind, in the race for the Tony Lockett medal. We'll have a sneaky peek how Braden Kite's going at Mattingley Park as Melton get on top of the Cobras. Of course, Andreas Everett playing his first game for the Cobras this year. 50-point lead to East Point, 29 minutes gone. McDougall's got 7. Ground ball opportunity here for Van Meel. He becomes a midfielder straight after that tap. Big-bodied mid there in Rodamaronis. Got it to Matty Johnson, who went to half-back, found Thompson, who got it to Q on his non-preferred. Kick was good and found a good stretch there from Jeffrey, who just lobbed it over the top to McDougall. Gee, covers some ground. He's a very fit version of himself. The kick to Geordie Johnson. He'd normally hang on to those, but the umpires paid a mark and or chop. Johnson wastes no time. Goes in the Robinson direction. Who's at the back? Taylor is. Oh, look out. Kenny.
Kenny again, yeah.
Swooped on the ball into an open goal square and gets another one for the Kangas.
Well, Robinson managed to take 2 players in the contest, which left Kenny spare to get under his feet, and took the ball cleanly and pretty much an open goal.
He must be a Geelong fan. He's in contact with Tommy Hawkins, who doesn't mind that little push, if you don't mind, in inverted commas.
Now, Todd, don't you be talking about my Tommy like that.
Oh, well, I thought you were going to spare some reservations on Robinson there, but it was all about the big hawk.
Well, why wouldn't it be? The man's a legend.
Well, you can't blame a bloke that size having sore feet, that's for sure. East Point 13-5-83. Lead North Ballarat 4-3-27. Kenny got his first, joining Filmer and Molan with singles. Robinson has 3. And McDougall, the star of the opening half, has 7. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel. Been good. Only as far as Carey. Left foot kick out of the middle of the ground. Got towards half forward. Merritt went the volley. Nearly a turnover opportunity as Nash tried a second and third time together. Too many times as Q just hammered the ball with an old-fashioned torp to the outer side centre wing. Canny's up and about because he just kicked a goal. Got some separation and ran away and gave it to Matty Johnson, who drew the man, got it to Jeffrey. As the siren sounds at half-time, in a regimental display from East Point, they led by 43 points at quarter time and have extended that to a 56-point lead at the half. They booted 6 goals to 4 in that second term. An entertaining quarter of offensive football where McDougall was able to extend his tally to 7, Robinson with 3, and 1 each to Molan, Filmer and Canning Whilst for North Ballarat, all 4 goals coming in that second term. Freeman with 2 across the body, Bromley Lynch and Nash with 2 excellent crumb goals. So you've had a look at East Point. They're an impressive outfit, Sammy.
They certainly are, Todd. They've got strength all over the ground. And they play well. They've managed to get a couple of players behind the ball to stifle some counter-attack from North Ballarat on occasions. But, geez, it's impressive what we're seeing from McDougall today. He looks unstoppable.
Melton have gone into overdrive against Bacchus Marsh. It was 14-all at one stage, and since then, Melton have booted away. They're 12-6-78. They lead Bacchus Marsh 3-5-23. And Melton haven't added the goal kickers to the Play HQ, so we're not sure how well Kite's travelling, but you'd think he'd have a couple amongst the 12. Ballarat have responded at Marty Bush. They've got to an 8-point lead, 6-5-41 to the Borough, 5-3-33. After Darley led Sunbury at quarter time by 3 points, they're back in it again after Sunbury headed them. It's an entertaining game at Darley Park in a race for third. Darley 6-5-41. Lead Sunbury 5-6-36. We'll see how those goal scorers are going. Well, Will Johnson, who's back in the side, he kicked 40 goals last year for the Devils. He has 2 in his return game. Whilst a little look at how Sutton and McLean are going. Well, they have 2 each, 4 of Sunbury's 5 goals. And they have 44% of Sunbury's season goals for this year. And they've got 80% of them there today at Darley Park. The other 2 games going on around the region. Redan lead Melton South 8-6-54 to Melton South 4-4-28. So just a 26-point lead to Redan at City Oval, while it was predicted a margin of that to be much greater. Well, there's the wrap at half-time in BFNL's match of the round. The stream action coming to you live by the Red Onion Vision and the BFNL Match Centre. It's East Point who lead North Ballarat by 56 points. A break and back with the second half action in around 15 minutes' time.
No. Are the rumours true? Is that the new steakhouse stack? Crispy onions, creamy peppercorn mayo. It's finally landed.
A dual best and fairest at the club. Kick smothered. Opportunity. Opened the door for White, who got it to Nash. He loves a goal. Gave it to Glover. Bit of a shuffle. Quick hands. Got it onwards towards Quinlan outside of the right boot. He might have snuck it through.
Got it through.
And he has. His gear pass over to Rinaldi. Has the North Ballarat pressure. Somehow they got a handball away to Perkins, who threw it on the boot. And the finish was terrific. Yeah, for McMillan, he's a racehorse. All he's got to do is get it over the top to Glover, who'll play on, run away from Bay, dribbling ball, and it's a goal. Glover's got, but how about the gather from Smart? And the left foot kick was even better. Found Wardley, look out! Right foot kick to a vacant goal square. Hamilton bounce! Oh, the gather ball,
goal of the day.
And Wardley gets to get the margin back to 1. Kicks from 49. It's plenty on the kick. Can he get the journey? I think he has. There's a touch. There's no confidence from the North Ballarat. So he goes into the pocket. Freeman got it. Open. 2 goals at the Marsh. And now 3 for the Roosters against the Swans. And the lead extends its way. Going to go right across the face. Chance here. Snap. Out of nowhere. Knocked it boundary side. Chance there for Perkins. Kick across the body. Players set themselves. Mellington! Shot on goal. He snuck it in. Mellington, the Swans. Hurrah! Kick. 40 metres out from goal. He'll waste no time. Kicks on its way. Ground level ball. Goal. Dribbling ball across the face. Through for a behind. Can you believe it? It's going to be a draw here at Alberton Oval. 31 and a half minutes gone. Kick along the line. Steering the fly, couldn't take the mark, Smart. And the siren sounds. Well, the look of, well, there's no real elation on any of the players, more exhaustion and fatigue, and Welcome back to Eastern Oval ahead of the second half action here under sunny skies. Ripper day for footy, but it's been all East Point, 56-point leaders here, and McDougall the star on the goal front with 7. Robinson has 3, and the multiple goal scorer for North Ballarat, Freeman with 2, both in that second term. Well, I've seen plenty more one-sided 56-point margins at half-time. North Ballarat, they'd be under no illusions of where they're at, so expectation levels on a result front probably pale in comparison to the effort that Brendan McCartney's wanting from his group.
Yeah, I think that's right, Todd. They toiled away pretty well in this, for at least the first half of the second quarter there. It was a 4-4 result, but East Point managed to just hit the burners for the last part of that second quarter, kicked an additional 3 goals just to open up that margin a little bit further.
Yeah, so 2 key passages, as you mentioned. One, the other in the first quarter, they had 3 goals on the board in the opening 4 minutes, and those 3 goals back-to-back in the latter stages of that second term is basically 6 goals collectively unanswered in a period of the best part of 10 minutes only. So that aside, while East Point have still been the stronger team, it's just been that lapse that you get with a predominantly young group. But McCartan, who's in game 202 today for North Ballarat, will hope to lead from the front as he did in the opening half, despite being on the wrong end on the scoreboard. East Point have plenty of significant contributors, and they'll kick to the left of screen in the third term. Bromley Lynch with the first clearance. His left foot kick across the body's been cut off by Q on half forward. Right foot kick to outer centre wing. Players set themselves. Chance here for Driscoll to rebound, but the kick will be cut off there by Jones. So I think you'll find post-match that East Point will have 12 of the top 16 possession winners on the ground. Right foot kick, shallow entry inside 50, close up against the boundary line. Matty Johnson's kick essentially went into the back of the North Ballarat captain in McCartan and ricocheted over the line for a boundary throw-in, 40 metres around from their goal. Opening minute, third term. East Point led by 43 at quarter time. Extended that to 56 at the half. Grabbed out of the ruck by McCullum. Tried to get that territory gained by foot. Shark there by Taylor. Conceded by hand to Filmer. Just threw the ball on the boot. Hopeful rather than anything else. And went right. Not a great deal of footwork from the goal umpire on that occasion. And it's through for a minor score. So we're underway on the score front in this second half here. Of course, the pink socks and the pink footy, all part of the breast cancer awareness. And a couple of milestones today. Drew Murphy and Van Meel. Joel playing their 200th this afternoon. So Chancellor Thompson to send the ball back into attack for East Point. But it's been cut off by Jenkins. Palmer was held, but he's off on his bike here. And he takes the bounce, hugs the boundary line. Right foot kick across the line. Thompson could have marked that right in front of the coaching staff, or part thereof, because one of us is adjacent to us here in the commentary box. But he found touch over the line with the discipline spoil.
It's the old-fashioned Danny Frawley fist there. A big, strong fist on the balls that hit the fence hard.
Famous Ballarat name. Boundary throw in. McCullum could have grabbed that one, but the tap was terrific to McCartan, who was dumped as he kicked. Just got tunnelled. Some courage shown there by Troon on half forward.
Good courage.
The train liked it. So Troon lowers the eyes and went to, Darabin. Went over his head. Palmer somehow ended up with ball in hand. Tackle taken to the ground fairly. And there'll be a ball up on half forward broadcast side for North Ballarat.
Thought that was a mobile phone ringing earlier, but it's actually the train.
Yeah, the ringtones you get these days. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel. Bromley Lynch tried to usher it over the line but couldn't do so. Somehow Taylor kept it in. Was able to get some space and throw ball on to boot to Robinson. Now they're out here. That's a hold every day of the week on Geordie Johnson. Umpire didn't pay it. Chance here for Deering to do the mopping up. Find the hand pass over towards Jenkins. It just needs to sit for him and he needs to release quickly, and he did. And he got it to Troon, who ran to half-back. Over to Maloney, back to Troon, and a bit of a wax on, wax off, and he went with the right foot towards half-forward. Nash trying to gather the footy for North, but turnover opportunity for McCallum, who lowered the eyes, went to Freeman, missed the target. Freeman did well, shot on goal, doesn't need much, and he's kicked it. Freeman's got 3.
He's a big, strong man, and when he gets to that one-on-one contest like he did earlier in the second quarter there, you're probably going to back him most of the time because he's just got size and strength.
And he did what coaches want you to do. He kept his feet. The East Point defender went to ground, and like I said, in that opening half, he doesn't need many opportunities because he's such a good kick. So he can really hurt you. Doesn't need a lot of opportunities. He's probably had half a dozen disposals for the game, tops, and he's kicked 3 goals.
He got it on the boot quickly and made no mistake.
Ball up. Tap one there by Van Meel to no advantage. Here goes Bromley Lynch with strength. Got it to Carey. Needs to be quick, and he was, and sent the ball forward. Good moments here for North Ballarat. Good tackle there from Quinlan. Pinged by the umpire.
This is a great start to the third quarter from the Roosters. Another shot on goal.
Similar to their pressure in the opening minutes of the second term.
We've got a perfect look at this, Todd. We're right behind the shot on goal.
And he'll kick from a 43-degree angle. From about 40. Doesn't mind a goal. Normally a little bit closer, though. He'd prefer. But the kick's on its way. It's bending back. Freeman likes it. Back-to-back goals for North Ballarat. They get their 7th here at Eastern Oval.
Yeah, it curled back late. I thought he might have been spraying it wide, but it was a clever kick.
Quinlan gets his first, becomes North Ballarat's 4th contributor on the goal front. Strangely, East Point just have 5. Of course, McDougall leading the charge with 7, Robinson 3. Freeman has 3 for North Ballarat, 1 each to Bromley, Lynch, Nash and Quinlan.
Yeah, well, Brendan McCartney will like this start. It's been all North Ballarat in the third quarter.
45-point lead to East Point after they led by 56 at the half. 6 minutes gone, second term. Tap one by Van Meel. Conlon dropped it and dropped it again. Got away with it, though. McCartan with strength. Quick hands. Hurried kick forward. They need a favourable bounce here. They've got numbers, East Point. Good use of the body there by Duffy. Put Smokin' Joe under pressure, and they're away here. Nash got it to half. Oh, his kick was smothered there by Merritt. Freeman was in a one-on-one deep in the goal square. That would have been an interesting bit of play to play out. Oh, the umpire ran over desperately, giving every indication he was going to pay some kind of rough play decision, but opted not to in the end. There's a boundary throw-in on half-forward, broadcast side for North Ballarat. Matty Johnson with strength. Yeah, the pressure was good, though, from the Roosters. That was McMillan. Small territory gain for East Point. Sees the ball. True centre wing broadcast sign. 7 minutes gone. 45-point lead to the Kangas. Well, Van Meel's all over McCullum. Like a kid climbing a tree. No free kick given.
He's a big man, McCullum. Big man. Head and shoulders above everybody else out there on the ground.
Yeah, not only the obvious basketball background, but a military background, I'm told. He knocks it towards the boundary line. Two of the more experienced combatants, McCartan and Matty Johnson, see it over the line for a throw-in. So Matty Johnson wearing the number 6 this afternoon. Also, number 7 is in for repairs. So Van Meer won that tap. McCartan got on the end of it. Quick hands to Faulkner. Filmer was up to it, though. Got an important hand on it. Got a terrible bounce. Nearly went to right angles like the Gadding ball.
There's a Falcon.
Ground ball opportunity McCartan did well, fight it out. Oh, you're in trouble. Purchase dropped it. Filmer, hot footy. Art somehow got ball to beat. Quinlan in front. Confidence up after the last goal. So he's bereft of option, but finds one through traffic in the middle of the ground. Found Troon. Awkward looking kick to Darabin again. But Murphy, the dasher off half back, will enjoy this moment in his 200th game. Right foot kick towards the attacking 50. Good use of the body by Robinson on Maloney again. Wasted no time. Horrible kick. Worst of the afternoon. He won't mind copying that. Ground ball. Swarm of players around the footy. There'll be a ball up 49 metres out from goal.
Yeah, disappointing from North Ballarat in the middle of the ground there. They've had, and it's happened a few times, they've set up a good passage of play, but just that kick inside 50 just is letting them down.
Ball up. Umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the way of East Point. It'll go against McCullum. Van Meer wastes no time. Played on, went by hand to Conlon. Lower the eyes. Geordie Johnson out on the lead. Takes a terrific overhead mark. Not many better than him on the lead. So he goes to McDougall. Second attempt. Couldn't take it. Off hands. Good support there from the North Ballarat defence to get that over the line for a boundary throw-in.
We'll credit that mark for Geordie Johnson again because he almost got tunnelled onto the ball, but it managed to stick in his hands. Disappointing kick, though.
Yeah, his leap and ability to get at the highest point has been the undoing of a lot of sides in the BFNL over his journey. Throw-in. Van Meel. Kerry had more time than he thought. Standing start. Threw it on the boot. Cut off there by Kenny. Bouncing ball. They got numbers here. McCarty trying to get it back to the goal line. And then McDougall. Did he get a boot on the ball? No. Hit the post.
Came off the stops, off the bottom of the boot, but just clipped the goal post on the way through.
So the kick back into play from Purchase was okay to Carey. So he gets plenty on the kick with a high up and under the halfback. Jacob Brown from the side. Couldn't impact the contest. McCartan runs onto it. The gather was clean. Hand pass, well meant for his own advantage. Cut off there by Thompson. He saw two. Then it went over the line for a boundary throw-in on centre wing out of side of the ground. So East Point held goalless in this third term. Been playing 10.5 minutes. North Ballarat with two of their own. Came in the 2-minute period. Freeman and Quinlan. Throw-in. Second effort was good there from McCullum. Tackle was good there from Arts to square away another stoppage. So a territory gain from that tap from McCullum. Was rushed the ball to half forward. He'll endeavour to do it again. He went defensive side, but somehow found McCartan. You're gone. It pinged, right call. Just tried to push off that tackle. And then went to ground. So Filmer telegraphed the hair pass to Merritt, but he had plenty of time to stop, prop, and deliver the kick. Nervously to Rodamaronis. Right foot kick inside 50. Robinson. He's got some flair, this kid. He'll go back and have a shot on goal, 20 metres out.
And again, he's been able to pluck the mark out of a 2-on-1 there. I mean, it started from Filmer off half-back. We've had some feedback from Cardiff City. I beg your pardon, Cardiff by the Sea in Southern California, believe it or not, who's been impressed with Filmer's game.
So it'll be Robinson for goal number 4. That's the response East Point wanted. While they've got a comfortable lead, an unassailable lead. Just steadying the ship on the back of those 2 goals to North Ballarat. And for the Kangas to get their first of the third term and Robinson's 4th.
Yeah,
they add to the separation on the scoreboard.
Been impressed with Robinson's game today, Todd. He's worked hard to get himself in good spots. He's pushed hard forward. And as you say, he's got 4 on the board himself. So playing very well.
So with all Darley's ins, they lead by 5 points at half time. It'll all be about what's under the bonnet. Melton lead Bacchus Marsh by 60 points. Sabas back in front. They lead Ballarat by a point. Darley lead Sunbury by 5 points. Back in the middle of the ground. Sat one by Van Meel. Mullen off the wing. Couldn't gather. McMillan could. Then was ridden into the ground. Unlucky not to get a free kick. Palmer released the footy. McCartan always eyes for the footy. As the sun disappears. But their pink ball still shines as he gets to half forward. Mark taken there by Huff. One of a host of under-19 players out there today for North Ballarat. It's basically boys against men today, and I mean that in the nicest possible way, given the depleted nature. Freeman, kick across the body, don't tell me. So nobody did. It did go to the right in the end and through for a minor score. North Ballarat 6-4, 40, trail East Point 14-7, 91.
And he has worked pretty hard today, Huff, one of the young North Ballarat players. Tore it away very well.
Redan 60 lead, Melton South 36. Ball comes back into play. Strong overhead was Geordie Johnson. His marking ability is right up there in the comp. Shifted over the top. Got it to a running Kenny. We got the overlap. McDougall just tried to usher Jenkins away from any contact on the footy, but Jenkins got an important touch and saw it over the line for a boundary throw-in. Half forward outer side of the ground for East Point. They lead by 51 points. 14 minutes into this third term. Throw in. Tap one by Van Meel. Got it to Taylor. Hurried kick forward. Well done there by Faulkner to gather cleanly. Stolen there by Matty Johnson, though. Look out. Kick with the outside of the right boot. In front, McDougall couldn't take the mark. Well done there by Cockrell. Fed the hair pass over towards McCartan, who got it to Arts on the left boot. Beyond the defensive 50. Ricocheted off the Van Meel shin. Going the soccer there was Arts. Johnson kept his feet but couldn't get the possession. Cockrell could. Sent it in the direction of Duffy. Couldn't hit the target. One bounce over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Kind of been the story of the day for the Roosters. Just can't hit the target. Coming out of half back at least.
Yes, it's hard to put a call on how much that work rate of these young leagues against the might of East Point to be able to execute. Once you finally get the footy, it's another task altogether, albeit a fundamental. Taylor fired the hand pass out to Murphy. Hurried kick forward. Driscoll dropped what he should have taken. Had a second opportunity. McCartan bowled up. Here come the reinforcements. Was a good effort there by Maloney to knock the ball forward. Nash just knocked it in front of him. Oh, Darabin was terrific with that little blind turn. His kick was smothered, though. Oh, look at him. Dribbling ball forward. Wanting it in the back there. Darabin's effort, second and third effort, was terrific.
Certainly was.
And he's on debut today too.
Yeah, well, he'll be proud of. He should be proud of himself because he's worked really hard in that passage of play there. Got his hands on the ball three times.
Long kick from Duffy into the goal square. Freeman taking a grab. Umpire's paid the mark. He'll go back and have a shot on goal here for goal number 4.
Well, the crowd don't like it because he was second back in the contest there. But for mine, it was a clear mark. He was just strong in the contest again. I've been very impressed.
He certainly has made the most of limited opportunity. Aerials his go and finishing goals is his other one would, and he makes no mistake. Freeman's got 4, which is a terrific effort. And a side that's kicked 7 for the afternoon and a side that trails by 45 points. One of those low possession games, Sam, that you could easily justify putting him in the best players for North Ballarat today.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about that, Todd. There's he's done it, one out on occasion, but he's also taken a few strong pack marks as well. So, and 4 goals to show for the effort.
So Freeman and Howard, familiar with one another through their time at the Jets and the Rebels. Here goes North Ballarat again, just having a chat as the ball goes to half forward. Brown couldn't gather. They're under the pump here for a rare moment here, East Point. Taylor's hair pass. Got it to Van Meel. His kick was smothered. Gathered by McCarty. Shallow entry inside 50. Gathered by Deering. Got it to Troon. Went forward to the danger man in Freeman. Off hands. You just let him know about it too. Did Howard. And through for a rush behind. He'd be happy with that. So too the raucous majority in the social club. Gee, they got some numbers over there. So Merritt to bring the ball back into play. Here's another example of the drop punt. Right in the middle of the ground. Taylor set himself. He's opposing 37 there. Driscoll did well to affect the spoil. McMillan's under the pump. Quick hands to Troon, who's been good. Ball went forward. Freeman's got it again. He's up and about.
We've seen both Driscoll and Troon pretty active in this third quarter here, and they're pushing hard. They're working, getting themselves into the contest through half forward, and we've got Freeman with another shot on goal.
Shot on goal for number 5. And Coach Brendan McCartney has had plenty of faith in Joel Freeman over the last 12 months. Would be rapt to see him slot this one. And he doesn't let him down. Freeman's got 5 at Eastern Oval. And the margin is cut back to 38 points.
Yeah, well, 5 from a total of 8 goals. It's been a very impressive display deep in the forward 50.
Well, his last 3 weeks have been 5, 3 and 5. So it's been a pretty impressive effort from Freeman. So his dad's nickname's the Fridge. So does that make him the bar fridge?
Perhaps it is, Todd. Perhaps
Conversation for another time. Ball up, back in the middle of the ground. Van Meel and McCallum. McCallum won that tap. Now Matty Johnson got quick hands to Brown, so the two big dogs combined. Smother was good there from Bromley Lynch, cut off by Taylor, who got it to Jones, who went forward. Gather was terrific there from Geordie Johnson. Back to Jones, conceded by hand to Molan. Pressure kick, he got it back, chance to make amends. The vision was good, and Robinson took an overhead uncontested mark. 49 metres out from goal. And if Robinson didn't take that, Vilma was there just at the back to make a sure thing of it, Sammy.
Yeah, there was plenty of options to take the mark and plenty of space for them to take it in as well. And not surprised that it's Robinson. He's bobbed up everywhere this afternoon, and chance to make it a bag of 5.
Robinson, high up and under kick. Just off to the left for a minor. Gee, we've had 3 dominant forwards today. McDougall, Robinson for the leaders, the hosts, and Freeman for North Ballarat. And Freeman will be getting under the skin of the social club there at East Point too, being a visitor in front of the loyal and faithful. So the kick, plenty flight, too many up, not enough down, but North Ballarat had the number. They gained a territory gain. It was McMillan, but only as far as Howard. Who just steady the ship and went short to Brown. Pressure was good on the kick there from Palmer. Opened the door. Chance here for Deering. Just threw the ball onto the boot. Went direction of half. It was a poor kick in the end. He's a little unlucky. And Brown cut it off again. Cream rises to the top under the pressure.
He'll have a sore neck tomorrow because he landed on his shoulder. Did the flip over the top. But, might be... reaching for the DP tonight, I think.
39-point lead to East Point. Gee, Cockrell had plenty of that, denied by the umpire. Square away a stoppage. Maybe Geordie thought he had plenty of it too, so call that even, the right call. Stoppage. Forward out of side. McCullum. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go against McCullum, putting his arm on the shoulder of Van Meel. While he went the tap with the other hand, he played on and got it to Jones. He lowered the eyes and found Matty Johnson, who wanted to go to Taylor, but just thought, no, we'll just hang on to it for a bit longer and shore up the next option. It's well cut off there by Faulkner. So, very good quarter from this young group up against the more seasoned East Point, but as soon as you give him a wrap, it comes undone. Jeffrey cuts it off and goes to an open forward line. McDougall the target. Cockrell in front. Juggling attempt. McDougall came down with it, denied by the umpire. Conlon stole it, and with the outside of the right boot, he steadies the ship for East Point.
Yeah, well, McDougall again, it was just a class piece of play there. He had two men to beat. Tapped the ball to himself a couple of times. Didn't quite pull off the mark, but he managed to... put the handball out wide, and it was Conlon who managed to slot the goal.
Yeah, quality finish. You can't give East Point much. Speaking of not giving opposition much, back a smash. 38, Trail Melton, 117. Sebas, 48, Trail Ballarat, 71. What happened there, Sebas? Asleep at the wheel. Matty Johnson out of the middle of the ground. Dribbling kick forward. Chance here for Molan. Quick hands, got it to Robinson. What's he going to do? Went by hand in the end. Turnover opportunity. The kick there from Jenkins was cut off. Look out, East Point. McCartan cut it off. Steady the ship. Despite the sun in the eyes. I'll just look to hang on to the footy. They trail by 45 points. Near 24 minutes gone, third term. So McCartan goes out of sight of the ground. 3-on-1. Deering did well to get the ball to ground. Shark there by Nash. Got it to Quinlan. Hand pass went forward, hoping for Deering. Fell back into the hands of Maloney. He'll sleep well tonight. The poor kid can't walk. The ball went over the line for a boundary throw, and I'm not sure whether he's cramping up. He may well be doing so because he's covered some ground at the highest level on his first outing.
We've seen him twice just hobbling away from contests there, but he's an honest young player. He'll go again.
Hurried kick out of the congestion from Jones. Went in the direction there of Geordie Johnson, who had it knocked away from him. Not taking that for granted. Even a one-on-one with Geordie Johnson's not something you look forward to on a Saturday afternoon. But they're up to the task, the North Ballarat defence. They're hanging in. They've won this quarter by 11 points at the moment. There's more to play out. Geordie Johnson across the body. Skews it off to the right and for a minor score. East Point's 9th of the term. So the ton is nearly up here for the hosts. They're 15,999. They lead North Ballarat 8-5-53. Again, North Ballarat 4 goals in this term to East Point's 2. So McCartan gets on the end of that kick in. And his release was fine and found McCarty, who can go short to Driscoll and go short again to Jenkins if he wants. Goes back inboard. Oh, Huff was up to the task. There were some East Point players ready to pounce on the prey, albeit the footy. And Huff went short, dangerous kick. But got it to McCartan, who can get it over to Cockrell if he likes, but he went the further option, or the longer option, to Purchase, who went short and found Cockrell. It might be Duffy, in fact. It is Duffy. So he's right foot kick. Threaded the needle. Troon caught one high. So Troon with ball in hand.
He's been good this quarter, Troon.
Yeah, he's had a good game. Right foot kick. Out in the Freeman direction. Just mistimed the leap. But denied Thompson, who looks to have the job on Freeman now. Albeit in that just moment that Freeman worked up the ground. So no doubt Howard will assume that role again. Boundary throw in. Van Meel and Deering. Tap one by Van Meel. Jones, loose ball opportunity. Gathered. Ran out of room. Carey just corralled him over the boundary line safely. Near 27 minutes gone. 46-point lead to East Point. Boundary throw in. Van Meel and Deering to contest the ruck. Tap one by Van Meel, only as far as McCartan. Chance of Bromley Lynch. Matty Johnson over the footy. There'll be a ball up. So they've done well not to, in the event of a 46-point lead, you'd think Matty Johnson would have had his moment off the hook. But he's just had a human game today. Tap by one by Van Meel to Filmer, being good. Right foot kick across the body. Rodamaronis did everything well but marked the footy. There's Matty Johnson again. Bailed up, tackled, taken to the ground there by Purchase. And there'll be a ball up. On outer centre wing here at Eastern Oval.
We hope for the young Roosters here they can just hold this for unlike the last quarter where the Kangas were able to just kick clear late in the second quarter and open up that margin. But it's been, credit to North Ballarat this quarter.
Yeah, they've done well to prevent the junk time goals. So the short kick was all right to purchase. He can go to McCarty. That was the right option. Now it's the next kick that's important. Cut off there by Canning. And they're away. Brown through the middle of the ground. Long kick. McDougall a target. How will it sit for him? He had to stop and prop, and Cockrell got plenty on it. Found the boundary line, as he so often does. Quite the disciplined defender, the young former Cairns product.
Well, McDougall's eyes would have lit up there because it was a deep penetrating kick about 60 metres inside 50, and he was one out again, but the ball just didn't sit for him and dribbled over the boundary line.
Throw in. Deering had an impact on that. McDougall was waiting at ground level with strength. Left foot kick. It's cut off on the goal line.
Not happy with himself. He did all the hard work, but just didn't get enough purchase on the kick.
So Driscoll goes to the outer side. Nash did well. Took a nice overhead. Outpointed Matty Johnson on that occasion. And his kick was good and found Carey, who's continued to accumulate in his midfield role here in the absence of many. Kick found Jenkins. Kick meant for Freeman. Went over his head. Howard. Oh, he's nearly gone, Howard. Out of bounds. Just conceding size and, well, they're similar age in fairness. And good to see the North Ballarat crew just sticking up for one another.
Yeah, certainly not being intimidated there. Good to see from the young fellas.
So thankfully, we have a moment. Broadcast side right in front of us here. Tap one by Van Meal. Just missed Rodder Moronis. Palmer gathered. Could have gone by hand to Bromley Lynch, but sent it forward to Yesu. Freeman's got it. Too far out to score. He's on half forward. He's a good field kick. He'll weigh up the option, but they've got numbers back. But Freeman stopped and propped and gave it to Palmer, who had the agility to get around and then just tumbled the ball with a high up and under. Ground ball. Jeffrey couldn't gather. Molan could. Go over to Van Meal. Loose handball. Just a bit of scrappy play there from Howard, who missed the target. Meant for Rodder Moronis. Found the boundary line. There will be a throw in. Tick over 30 minutes gone for our third term. Boundary throw in. Tap one. Well, not by no one really. Through traffic went Jones with strength. Three-quarter time here at Eastern Oval. Excellent quarter there from North Ballarat. They won the term. They kicked 4-2 to East Point's 2-4. So they got some bang for buck, and Freeman the star in that term with 3 goals, albeit in front of the East Point Social Club. He has 5 for the afternoon. Whilst for the leaders, McDougall has 7, Robinson 4, and he was able to add to his tally in that third term. So, East Point, well, they will run out comfortable winners. That is inevitable. But North Ballarat, as we know, with that McCartney brand, refused to throw in the towel despite conceding age and experience. The seasoned bodies of East Point haven't been too overwhelming for North Ballarat, albeit in that third term. 15-9-99, East Point lead North Ballarat 8-5-53. The goal scorers McDougall 7, Robinson 4, and 1 each to Molan, Filmer, Canny and Conlon. Whilst for North Ballarat, Freeman has 5, Bromley Lynch, Nash and Quinlan 1 apiece. Before we go to a well-deserved break, a little 5-minute spell, we'll go round the grounds with an update score in round 16 action. Bacchus Marsh 6-8-44, trailed Melton 19-10-124. Sebastopol 7-5-47. Q in the rack, Ballarat off to the finals 10-12-72. Darley 10-6-66. Lead Sunbury 7-7-49. And Redan 10-8-68. Lead Melton South 7-7-49. The Panthers have come to play in Ballarat, trying to avoid a 37th straight loss. But, well, you'd expect a win for Redan. Congratulations to Melton South. Well undermanned and serving it up to the Lions, who had a big lead early on in that game. Well, guys, the break and back with the final quarter action here in BFNL's match of the round. It's East Point who lead North Ballarat by 46 points.
Despicable Me 4 has landed at Macca's. Try our banana desserts range for despicable grown-ups and a Happy Meal for your little minions. Despicable Me 4, only in cinemas.
It's time for the Ballarat Football Netball League Top 5 for round 50. Kicking us off at number 1, Tony Lockyer here from Sabas, the playing coach. He kicked 5 this afternoon, but this one was handy. The old 1-2 and the big finish. Look at a comeback, a great goal. Number 2 is Ben Wardley here from Ballarat. The great trap got up quickly, but look at the shape on that. The luckiest bounce you'll ever see to cap off a great goal. Number 3, Bailey Medwell here. He got the interception, but then he had to finish it off. It was a tough angle, but he makes no mistake about that at all. Number 4, Cody Bramble here from Sunbury. Beautiful work this, a really long goal on the run. Oh yeah. Number 5, Riley Collins here from Redan. He didn't give up, he paddled it, kept it, walking the tightrope, finally got it and bang, finish. Beautiful goal.
No, they got him last time when they led by. Somebody came back. I want to go the early crow. I went the early crow last time. Welcome back to Eastern Oval ahead of the fourth quarter action here. East Point soldiering on towards a 13th win on the trot against the resilient North Ballarat who refused to throw the towel in. They've got double figure outs, but they refused to throw in the towel. Ball up. McCullum's tried hard, so too has McCartan, who got it to McMillan. Carey gathered, tackled by Molan. And the Scottish will be squared away. So if North Ballarat can provide something similar to they did in that third term, Coach Brendan McCartney will be happy despite the loss. Here goes Carey. Got it to Nash. Good inside 50 here for North. Deep into the Freeman area. Off hands. Bouncing ball. Gathered there by Fraser. Loose handball. Thompson needs to be clean. Shrugged the tackle and went with the right boot out in the Robinson direction. Jenkins got a fist on it. Off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. Half forward broadcast side for North Ballarat. Opening minute. Final term. Don't forget, next week, BFNL's match of the round. Sunbury host East Point. So, should be another quality game of footy. Boundary throw-in. Van Meel had front spot. Bounced off the head of McCullum. Only as far as Merritt. Searching hand pass. Got it to Conlon, who had to stop. Prop. Go back through traffic. Pressure was good from North Ballarat to Van Meel. A rare hairball received from the ruckman. Going the spoil there was McCarty. Just landed awkwardly. Kick there from Purchase was, well, just a territory gain really, but favoured Carey in the end, who timed his leap well and took a nice overhead mark. So he looks into the middle of the ground. This is the dangerous kick. Been cut off, but waiting at ground level was McCartan. They're out here. Palmer's got the speed. Just needs to sit for him. Look at him go. He got around one and another on the left boot out in the Freeman direction. Beyond him and Howard out of bounds on the full.
It was a good build-up, but he had almost too much time in the end, and he hooked the kick hard left and out of bounds.
Right foot kick out of defence towards half-back in the Molan direction. He couldn't take the mark. North Ballarat have got numbers here. Can they make the most of it? Well, Purchase covered a bit of ground in this final term. Sends the ball into attack. Nash has the ball knocked away from him. Thereby Fraser ends up with ball back in hand, and he goes to the fat side. But Howard read it well off the boot. Oh, he's off. He's got time because he's got the support. And Merritt steadied the ship and found Filmer. So Filmer on the attacking 50 for North Ballarat will go along the line. Van Meel, Johnson. Deering was good. Waiting at ground level was Robinson. Took a bounce through traffic. That was ambitious. Fired the hand pass out to Johnson. Speaking of Geordie, he kept his feet. Found Jeffrey. Got it to Conlon. Can chip it over the top to McDougall. And found him. They got numbers. Unselfishly. Squares the ball to Molan. Just needs to sit for him. Went by hand. Rodamaronis got around one. Around the body. And he's put it through.
Well, it was a good build-up there from the Kangas. It was Robinson again, as you said. Todd took a bounce through traffic, worked it to the right-hand side, forward flank, but it was a squaring kick from McDougall. Rodamaronis made pretty hard work of it in the end, but got the result he was after, and it's the Kangas away again.
Yeah, he was able to break the tackle with the don't argue. Melted out to an 86-point lead over Bacchus Marsh. Ballarat lead Sebastopol by 26. Darley leads Sunbury by 29. Redan lead Melton South by 25 at the restart. Van Meel with the tap. Kicking in danger. Free kick. Rodamaronis every day of the week. So Rodamaronis will endeavour to find some Kangas forwards who'll seek some isolation and separation. So he goes in the Geordie Johnson direction. Nice work there by Deary to get back. Did all but take the mark in the end. Shoveled it out. Somehow they combined by hand. McCullum got on the end of it. Territory game. Rodamaronis scurrying for the footy. Finally gathered. Brown somehow managed to break another tackle. Got it to Molan. Through traffic. Matty Johnson across the body. Off to the left and through for a minor score.
He'll be disappointed with that because he had plenty of space to work in. Put himself in the right spot, but just pulled the kick across the face of the goal.
Oh, they're out here at North Ballarat. Huff needs to mark this. Nash has kept running forward, but he's gone to ground there, Huff. Just needs to push back quickly. Carey kept running. Like he has done all day. He puts it out in front of him. Oh, it was just a poor kick in the end, really. Carey ran about 200 metres to present and then had to run another 15 on the top of that to get on the end of that kick. And his outstretched hands were unable to gain possession, off hands over the line, throw in. So, opportunity for both sides to take a breath. Throw in. McCullum, cop one high. Was that seen by the umpire? Indeed it was. So he's been good in his first game back. He's an important cog in this North Ballarat side. Right foot kick. Goes deep forward. Freeman has it knocked away from him from Howard. Big spoil. Good as a kick in the end. Got it to about 40 metres away from the North Ballarat goal.
Well, he was worn pretty tightly there, and as you would, because he's been quite dangerous, Freeman, but on that occasion didn't quite get the space he was looking for.
Boundary throw in. McCullum and Van Meel, but the umpires picked out a free kick here. I'm not sure there was much in that. And Van Meel, every reason to ask the question, what was that? And it'll be McCullum with a shot on goal here. So I guess you get things go your way when you play in front. So let's see how he goes. He missed one in the first quarter. How will he go in this one? He kicks the ball well for a ruckman. I've seen him kick a few, as I mentioned. He didn't let us down on that occasion. And North Ballarat get their fifth goal of the second half, their first of the final term. And just for the record, they've outscored East Point 5-3 in this second half on the back of McCullum's first of the afternoon.
Well, I'm still scratching my head as to what the free kick was actually for. Any ideas on that, Todd? But
yeah, over-the-shoulder push, something like that. Because it's the only thing it could have been. Because nothing else happened.
Well, either way, he made the most of the opportunity and slotted the goal.
Yep, the goal apiece in this final term. Ball up. Call that even. No real advantage. There goes McMillan. Johnson in pursuit. Oh, did well. Led with the body. Protected the ball. And the opposing player that was coming the other way. That's technique right there from Matty Johnson. Ball up. Tap one by Van Meel. Searching one of that. Went over there to Filmer. Gathered there by Robinson, who's covered some ground today. Quick hands to Rodamaronis. Out the back they go to Molan. They lower the eyes. McDougall dropped the mark. Kept his feet though in the end. Hair pass over the top to Geordie Johnson. Back to McDougall. Team lifting goal. No cut off on the last line by Maloney. And the debutant can send the ball out of defence. Needed to find Darabin. Couldn't in the end. Oh, he was knocked off the ball over the shoulder there from Murphy. And he's 200th if you don't mind. And again, not easy to contact that young fella high.
He's copped the ball on the head as well.
And
for his
someone's
trouble.
thrown the ball and it's hit him in the head. Not sure who that player was. But, well, I do give an indication that it's not difficult to get him high. I mean, hitting him in the head with the footy is a choice rather than anything else. Left foot kick was poor in the end. Brown got plenty of it, paid the mark, deservedly so, had enough purchase on it. And the rebounding defender from East Point will send the Kangas back into attack. Near 9 minutes gone. 47-point lead to the Kangas. Right foot kick. Goes in the Rodamaronis direction. Second grab. He's taken it. So Deering just needed to get body or ball. Didn't get either. And Rodamaronis was able to stand his ground. with a second attempt at the overhead and bring it down nearly uncontested in the end, given there was no body contact. So Rodamaronis, who kicked the only goal for the Kangas in this final term, has a chance to kick his second. And what a welcome return he is to East Point in season 2024. Kicks on its way. It's plenty on the kick. Just off to the right through for a minor score. So at half-time, they were 13 goals 5, North Ballarat. They've added 3-6 in the second half to North Ballarat's 5 goals 2. Ball comes back into play to Maloney. A tick for Maloney on his first outing at the level. Goes along the line to a 3-on-1. They raffled it there, the Kangas. And Geordie Johnson was the recipient, who plays on and goes in the Rodamaronis direction. He's going to ask questions of the North Ballarat defence with his strength. And that was another example. He wastes no time, plays on, short kicks fine, and found Jeffrey, who'll go back for an opportunity to kick his first of the afternoon. A noted goal kicker. Averages a goal a game for East Point. Always looks dangerous in the front half.
Well, it was good from Rodamaronis. We called his name, or you called his name a lot early in the game, Todd. He sort of went missing through the middle part of the game there, but he bobbed up late in the third quarter. He started the fourth quarter well.
And Jeffrey gets his first. East Point get their 17th.
He could have taken the shot on goal himself, but he managed to bring his teammate in Jeffrey into the game, and it was a scrambly old kick. Sort of floated end on end, but it got the job done.
That's another example of East Point and their growth, their selflessness. They've got 8 goal scorers this afternoon, whilst McDougall and Robinson lead the charge with 7 and 4 respectively. Molan, Filmer, Canny, Conlon, Rodamaronis and Jeffrey have 1 apiece. And the lead is 54. Tap one by McCullum. Carey gathered, as he so often has, with that first touch at centre bounce. Couldn't extricate effectively. The stoppage is squared away. Near 12 minutes gone, final term. Ball up, tap one by Van Meel. Even footy. Filmer and Purchase go at it together. Purchase wins out in the end. Tumbling kick forward. Unmarked. Jacob Brown. Cross half-back and goes short to his offside there in Merritt. On half-back can go back to Brown. 1 for you, 1 for me kind of stuff, and goes backwards. Is that an inside 50 for North Ballarat? I'm not sure how they work that out. Howard gets on the end of that kick from Thompson. And goes back to Thompson. 1 for you, 1 for me also. 12 and a half minutes gone. Final term. East Point lead commandingly. 54 points. Another inside 50 for North Ballarat, albeit ball in hand for the Kangas. So Brown goes back to Thompson, who goes back to Brown. And he goes with the right foot kick in the Matty Johnson direction. Strong overhead, outpoints Jenkins on that occasion.
Strong hands.
So he goes in the Rodamaronis and McDougall direction. In front, Cockrell, very good overhead, did well. Robinson, the other flyer there, in fact, and he goes short. Kicks okay to Purchase. Goes short again. Oh, well, the kick was meant for Bromley Lynch and skewed and found Carey fortuitously in the end. And he'll go short to Huff. So both sides happy to just chip it around. Dangerous. Brown from the back got the important spoil. Quick hands of Jeffrey. Back to Brown. Took on the tackler. Holding the ball every day of the week. Well done, young Driscoll.
Not only that, Todd, he was able to gain about 10 metres in ground by just forcing Driscoll backwards there, and it was a good result.
So he looks to play on and went with a short kick to Carey. Right foot kick in the direction of Huff, who marks. So Huff with ball in hand. 14 minutes into this final term. Now, Carey's been North Ballarat's leading possession winner, you'd think, just on spec. So he goes wide and found Faulkner, who marked in front of the 200 gamer in Murphy. So still a couple of kicks away from a score here, North Ballarat, but they'll endeavour to add a 10th as the high kick goes forward. No one really flew for it bar Fraser. Managed to get some hand on the footy, enough to get it over the line for a throw-in. And a reset inside North Ballarat's forward 50. Approaching 15 minutes into this final term. Throw-in, McCullum, good use of the body. Tried to grab it with one arm, couldn't gather it cleanly. Tackle pressure good from Conlon to square away a stoppage, and there'll be a ball up. So Troon been another try for North Ballarat this afternoon. McCullum grabbed it out of the ruck, fired the hand pass out to McCartan, who went to McMillan, who was then tackled and bailed up, and there'll be a ball up. 15 metres out from the North Ballarat goal. There'll be 16 or 17 people around the footy. Ball up. McCullum tried to grab it out of the ruck. He was dispossessed. That's nearly a push. Momentum taking the North Ballarat player forward. Speak of Freeman on that occasion. Ball up. McCullum again. Tried to grab it out of the ruck. Did so and then was bailed up. Lucky to get away with it in the end. Wasn't sure if you didn't release the footy when you grabbed it out of the ruck. That was a penalty, and he tries to copy-paste again. They're not out of trouble yet, East Point. They need to be clean here. Thompson tried to do the Socceroo-style kick along the ground, but McMillan gathered and was ushered over the line for a boundary throw-in. So a scrappy minute or so in this final term, and deservedly so. It's been played at a solid pace for the most part this afternoon. Sting's certainly gone out in this final term with a bit of keepers off prevailing in both sides back half. Boundary throw in. Tap one there by McCullum. Chance here for Darabin. He couldn't gather. Filmer over the footy. Wanted the push, and he'll get it. So just over-committed there, Darabin. So he'll go back with a 45 to Merritt. No better kick in the side than Merritt, really. The kick didn't let him down. Found Geordie Johnson, who marked comfortably, told to play on by the umpire. He's kicked to out of centre wing. Missed all and sundry out of bounds on the full. True centre wing out of side.
Bit of a strange kick there because he was under no real pressure at all. Had plenty of time, but just pulled the ball across the body and out on the full.
Just feel like both sides are just doing that playing time now.
Certainly got that feel about it now, Todd.
Sam, yeah. Cockrell. Kick found Arts, who wasted no time and sent the ball forward. Merritt had a piece of it. Obstructed, said the umpire. A push. And Merritt with ball in hand. Will send the ball back to the outer side as he lowers the eyes, and the kick was okay. Went through in the hands of Conlon. Taylor was waiting at the back to gather that loose ball before it's carried over the line for a boundary throw-in. So a fairly underwhelming last 10 minutes, Sam.
Yeah, all the zip's gone out of this game for sure. We've seen most of the play on the far side of the ground, hugging the boundary. Plenty of ball in. Not a lot of attacking football at this point.
Throw in. Either ruckman could gain the ascendancy. Jones just stole it away from all and sundry, but his fend off was illegal. So McCartan took the advantage and played on and went with the right boot. Went in the Freeman direction, sets himself, got a hand on it. Gather was good, he's not bad on the left. Tackled as he kicked. Ground ball. Another stoppage will be squared away. 15 metres out from the North Ballarat goal. Near 19 minutes gone. Final term here. PFNL's match of the round by the Red Onion Vision. Conlon's bailed up there by McCartan. Close enough for a kiss on the cheek there, those two. Denied. Pull up. Tap one by Van Meal. McCartan! Out of the congestion. Has got North Ballarat's 10th.
Yeah, well, that was a good goal. It was a heavily congested area of the football, as you saw, and well, as you said, and managed to just land in his hands. I don't think he was expecting it, but he slammed it on the boot nice and quick and made the most of the opportunity. Another goal to North Ballarat.
Yeah, he's a good player in tight spaces, McCartan, while he can hurt you in general play with the overlap and the obvious. He's quite a dangerous player around stoppage with his clean hands and first option. High footy IQ, and that was a quality finish and became North Ballarat's 6th goal scorer of the afternoon. And the margin now, 48 points. Ball up, we'll give that tap to Deering, but only as far as Palmer, who's impressed with his speed. Not so much that kick. The juggling attempt was taken in the end by Merritt, who's got time to go lateral to Thompson. Gave the handball towards Howard. It was Howard who found Geordie Johnson. Oh, there's the token overstep 50 that they haven't paid all afternoon. So that'll bring Geordie Johnson right up to about 50. So he'll look to play on and go with the right foot kick in the direction of McDougall. He's got it. Plays on. Outside of the right boot. Kicks his 8th.
Well, he read that beautifully because he had 2 defenders in front of him, but managed to stick the Dukes up. Played on quickly, outside of the boot. And that's a bag of 8 now, is it?
8 goals for McDougall. Of course, he had 7 at half time. And what an impressive performance. He's even given a couple away with a couple of, squaring the ball up on a couple of occasions. And the lead, 54 points. Was 56 at half time. We'll just get an update score from around the grounds. Melton lead Bacchus Marsh by 125 points. Ballarat leads Sebastopol by 30. Darley leads Sunbury by 46. Geordie Johnson gathered, went by hand, meant for Canny, missed him. Stoppage in the middle of the ground. Tick over 21 minutes gone, final term. Both sides will sleep well tonight. It's been a pretty physical, aerobic game. Through the middle, Geordie Johnson got a terrible bounce. Carey took on the tackle of Robinson, couldn't get through, was pinged by the umpire. Rodemaronis took the advantage, went to go short. They got a number here through Conlon, threw it away, lucky to get away with it. Bromley Lynch air pass, got to Troon on the half volley. Second effort was good, went through the hands of McCartan. Darabin tackled, dropped it in the end. Umpire called play on. Somehow Bromley Lynch got boot to ball, got it to half forward. East Point got numbers through Brown, who went back to Merritt, who went with the right foot kick, lateral from one side of half back to the other, and found Q, who just chipped it over the top, and the kick was okay. And found Canny, who went back to Merritt, who went over the top to Brown, and he can get the overlap to Thompson, who can get it over to his brother Bryn if he likes. But he goes the longer option. He's off the Christmas card list for the moment, as Philman presented and took a nice mark. So he looks to square the ball. Turnover opportunity. Nash, clever hand pass. Just needs to sit for McMillan. Just needs to knock it forward. Depth perception's one thing. It was probably out of his range. Gathered there by Van Meel. Hurry kick to half forward. Cut off by Faulkner. Got it to Bromley Lynch. In the direction of Freeman. Tired legs. He lopes after the footy. Somehow he gathered. Squared it up. Meant for Quinlan. Ground ball opportunity here. Shoveled out there towards Brown, who just gives everybody, does everyone a favour and just goes backwards towards Howard and sucks the air out of the game. The kick found Thompson. They're spreading the ground, East Point, as they continue to run through Thompson. He'd want that kick again. Turnover opportunity here for North Ballarat. Arts gets on the end of it. Diving attempt at mark. Goalkeeper style by Molan. Got a fist on it in the end. While it was an inadvertent attempt to mark. It's offhand's gone over the line for a boundary throw-in. 55 to 60 metres away from the North Ballarat goal. Near 24 minutes gone, final term. Throw in, Van Meel, front spot, won the tap. Follow-up work was good. Let it go for Rodemaronis, who fell over in the end, shoveled the ball out. Found Q, who got it to Merritt. Went one way, then back onto the left. Decided to go by hand to Thompson. They ran out of space in the end, North Ballarat. There'll be a boundary, East Point. There'll be a throw-in, 45 metres around. From the North Ballarat goal, just under the digital scoreboard here at Eastern Oval, that sees East Point with a commanding 54-point lead. Near 24 and a half minutes gone. Throw in. Tap one by Deering. We'll give him that. Troon was bailed up. Square away a stoppage, not for the first time this afternoon. Ball up. Deering won that tap. Only as far as Geordie Johnson, who went by hand to Merritt, who found Rodamaronis, who again went by hand to Molan. Tumbling kick. Territory gain was good. Presenting there was Matty Johnson. True centering out of side. Players streaming forward. Brother Geordie wants it, but he'll elect to take advantage of the overlap through Canny, who's not in a hurry to move the ball on. He goes with the right foot kick. Goes in the direction of Lavery. He couldn't take the mark. Sharking there was McCarty. His kick was poor. Turnover. And Canny would take the resultant free kick and look to move the ball along. So, kick meant for Matty Johnson. All that was missing there from that passage was the go-to Benny Hill music. So, just an uncontested fundamental blue. So, the kick was okay. But to Carey, who drew the man. Chance here for Nash through traffic. Right foot kick. Jones got a spoil on the footy. Deering couldn't pick it up. Jones could. Conceded by hand to Merritt. It looks the way up the options. It went short to Brown. And the kick was okay. He's got Johnson on the overlap, but he elects to go to the earlier one. There in Fraser. Who got it towards Johnson, who went wide to Lavery. Did well there in the big fella in the end. He got it to Filmer. Squaring kick. Intercepted there by Troon. Needs to be clean because he's under the pump. Hand pass was hopeful rather than anything else. Loose ball opportunity. Gathered by Bromley Lynch, who was clean. Got it to Jenkins. To Bromley Lynch. Dumped as he kicked. It was down the ground. Umpire called free kick. They took the advantage. That's a clever little chip there from Troon.
Nice to see the ball on the commentary side of the ground.
Yeah, Quinlan's kick was cut off there by Molan. Q got the handball received and squared it up to Jones, who's had a good day. Right foot kick it in the middle of the ground. Kick meant for Canny. Needs a kind bounce. Didn't get one, but knocks it to his own advantage cleverly. And then went back to a couple of Kangas behind the footy. Merritt, one of those. He can go short to Howard. So Howard with ball in hand on half back. Smothered there by Quinlan. Opened the door momentarily. Quick hands. Got it to Nash. Back to Deering. They got no numbers forward. North Ballarat. Kick with the outside of the boot. Freeman overran the footy. Gathered there by Fraser. Tumbling kick to centre wing. Ground ball gather was terrific from Van Meel. Got it towards Johnson. He went forward and found Rodamaronis, who can just chip it over the top to Murphy. He'll run into an open goal on game number 200. Much to the delight of the loyal and faithful here at Eastern Oval, Murphy gets a fitting goal.
Well, the crowd likes it, and his teammates do as well. They're coming from far and wide to give him a pat on the back to kick that goal in his milestone game. It was well worked through the middle of the ground, and nice bit of icing on the cake there from Murphy.
Footy can be a momentous game, and not just for his 200th, but the timing of that goal. Not a noted goal kicker, Murphy, but you'll remember that one for some time. 28 minutes into the fourth quarter of his 200th game, he was able to salute the judge and extend the Kangas margin to 60 points.
He did have the opportunity to share that ball, but he had intent to do one thing only.
Ball up, tap one by Van Meel, waiting at ground level. Oh, well done there by Johnson. Fired the hand pass out, meant for Robinson. Talk about timing of that Murphy goal. He had about 3 seconds to nail it and get that memorable major on his 200th as they celebrate as one each point on the back of Murphy's 200th, their 13th win on the trot, and Joel Van Meel's 199th. Of course, he'll play his 200th next week at the Clark Oval against Sunbury, but deservedly was able to celebrate his 200th one game ahead of time in front of his home crowd here at Eastern Oval. Well, I did tip East Point to win by 60 points in the car on the way up, and they've just done that here this afternoon. 19-11, 125 East Point have defeated North Ballarat 10-5-65. Let's take a look at the goal scorers. McDougall finished with 8, Robinson 4, and 1 each to Molan, Filmer, Canny, Conlon, Rodder-Moronis, Jeffrey and Murphy. Such was their work rate and danger or feel of danger in their front half. They were able to have some 9 goal scorers in the end. North Ballarat, heavily undermanned, depleted. There's plenty of superlatives to describe the nature of what they're going through on the injury front. But they did front up today against a much informed and near injury-free East Point and managed 10-5 for the match, 65. Joel Freeman, the star on the goal front. He finished with 5 and 1 each to Bromley Lynch, Nash, Quinlan, McCullum and McCartan. So in ripper conditions for a game of footy here in Ballarat in August, they didn't really let the fans down. I think the result was no surprise heading in, Sammy, and there'll be some happy moments for both sides enjoyed today.
Yeah, I think so. We've spoken a lot about North Ballarat being undermanned, but I think a few of the younger players can hold their head high. That's Troon and Huff, and Maloney showed good signs. Carey got a lot of the ball. Bromley Lynch had a fairly solid game, but really it was East Point, I beg your pardon, getting out to that 7-goal head start. The story was told there. Rodder-Moronis solid, for most part of the game. Filmer had a good game as well, popped up in a lot of spots. Both Geordie Johnson, Matty Johnson, both pretty solid. But you can't really take much away from McDougall today. He was a starring forward up with 8 goals. Looked solid and dangerous every time the ball came near him. And I think come Henderson medal day, that the umpires might like his game as well. Yeah,
and Robinson as a high half forward really covered the ground today. He was impressive with his 4 goals. He had a bit of the ball up around the wings. Was able to push forward and hit the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's a good call, Todd, because if it's not McDougall's 3 votes, it's going to be Robinson's.
Yeah, they had plenty of contributors, plenty got it done between the arcs, but those 2 will surely feature among the better. But, they could have had 10 or 12 players today feature in the best. Some of those disposals, the counts come when they're released will be a little bit exaggerated with that chipping around that both sides did in that latter stages of the game.
That's right, Todd. We saw a bit of junk possessions from both sides in the last quarter. But I guess when there's a 10-goal margin, you can probably expect that's going to happen.
Well, credit to North Ballarat. They were competitive in the second half. East Point did win the second half of the end, 6-6 to 6-2. And after quarter time, East Point were 12-8 to North Ballarat's 10-3. So they weren't really far off the mark, but that 7 unanswered in the opening term really put the game to bed. Let's go around the grounds with scores at other venues in BFNL football. Bacchus Marsh, 7-8-50. Charles Melton, 27-14-176. Wow. Sebastopol, 9-9-63. Trail Ballarat, 12-13-85. Darley. There's 19-7-121. Sunbury, 8-8-56.
Wow, that's a great result for Darley. They've just gone whooshka in the last quarter by the look of that.
Yeah, there's the story right there. And, of course, still Brady Wright, Joel Cadman, Lee Spiteri and Zane Lahoure. There's 4 to come back into that side. And
so that was a 21-point margin at 3-quarter time, was it?
Yeah, while there were questions on what's under the bonnet, Darley kicked 9-1 in the final term to run out convincing winners. We'll just see who did the major damage on the goal front. Well, Will Johnson, back for his first game after a 40-goal season last year, finished with 5. And Billy Myers kicked 3. And Alex Sweet up from the 2s, if you don't mind, booted 4. Who would have thought? Anyway, it was all about East Point here today in the BFNL's match of the round. They've taken care of North Ballarat to the tune of 60 points. Their 13th win on the trot and their 7th win of 7 at home in season 2024. We'll just get you one score from the Redan Melton South game before we bid you a good afternoon. We'll just find that. Bear with me. Don't forget next week, Sunbury host East Point in BFNL's match of the round. Wow, Melton South 13-9-87 have gone down to Redan 17-9-111. So Melton South's biggest score in a long time. I'm tipping that was their biggest score in any of their previous 36 losses. All right, guys, on behalf of the crew here at Eastern Oval, under a beautiful Ballarat day, honours with East Point, the Soldier. The march continues for Joe Carmody's Kangas. 19-11-125 have defeated North Ballarat 10-5-65. So on behalf of the crew here at Red Onion and the BFNL, we bid you all a good afternoon.